I'm worried people are gonna think I have like a weird note, like a cocaine addiction, or I'm picking my nose. It's
Well,
just
to
like
be fair, you're
no,
sniffling
it's
like a cocaine
irritating.
addict.
My
To be
house is
fair, you're sniffling.
my house is really dry. I have one of my friends randomly told me a few months ago that he has a cocaine addiction, and I asked him, I was like, "How's your nose?" And he's like, "Man, one nostril is really fucked up." I was like, "Okay then."
Yo, wait. How bad was he being serious that he had a cocaine addiction?
I thought he was joking, but he was legitimately. I'm not gonna say who it is. It's not a VTuber or anything like that. It's someone from my gaming funds. But no.
I hope he's okay.
He was
I
he
hope
was
he's
a hundred
okay. Is all I'll say.
no, he was 100% serious, and he's still going. I told him I hope he gets sober, and he said, "Yeah, me too." And I checked in on him the other week. He's like, "Yeah, he's still going." I'm like, "Okie dokie then." It is what it is. Not my nose.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I just saw what
Oh,
I just saw what Moss generated. I just saw what Moss generated for the book.
alright. It is. Alright, so what did you have to say in closing, ads or Oval?
All right. So in closing, I just wanted to say thank you everybody for having me. Uh, support Opal. She's a wonderful woman. Even with the speech impediment, I love her dearly as a friend. Um, and keep an eye out. Hopefully in the future we can get something going together. As a group. Uh, I am unfortunately out of the country right now, so time zones being the
No,
wonky
no,
shit.
that you are fortunately out of the country right now.
Hey, if I was in the country, I'd be making
Yeah.
your life a living hell. So you're lucky. You're lucky. You're. I was gonna use the saying you're trapped in there with me, but I'm not even there at the moment. So,
Oh gosh.
anyways, before this midget signs off, I just wanted to say thank you everybody for listening to me ramble. Thank you for tuning in. I'll still be here. Uh, what else? That's about it. Uh, anybody have any questions for me? Does anybody want to ask me anything?
And
Ma, Matthew?
here is a real life photo of Blondie.
Oh God. I was gonna say, how did you get that? Wait, you actually have one? I know you don't. You
Mhm.
don't.
I do. I doxed
That is
you.
not me. That is not
All
me.
cat.
Can you use the right photo at least?
Little Baldy.
What with the
What?
shirt?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no,
oh,
no, no, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, 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 yeah. Do I have permission?
No! If
Can
you
I
want
put
to
that
show
on
the one
stream?
that doesn't have, if you want to show the one with me posed deductively, go ahead. But like, I was gonna say, use the actual in real life photo of me. Hang on,
No, hell no. I'm not doing that. It's
not the
crazy.
actual in real life, the one I'm about to send you, dumbass. I'm
Here's
adorable.
a here's the AI images of Blondie I generated earlier.
I hate this woman is the bane of my existence.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a cum photo.
Please don't.
The comfort.
If you don't, okay, if you do not want me to, I will not. But I
I
can't
don't
tell if
care.
you're
Don't
joking
do
or not.
do what you gotta do. I don't care. Honestly, if I cared that much, I would have left. I was gonna say I have a cute photo. I was gonna say use, but
Okay, are y'all ready for this chat?
Nope.
y'all ready for this?
Okay, I'm putting it away now.
I mean, to be fair, it's actually more accurate to how I look IRL, but that's neither here nor there.
Mine did.
This is how I actually look behind the camera. I just sent it to you, Opal.
Oh my god.
That's what I
Oh,
look.
yeah, you're a cutie. A polar bear's
Hell,
gonna rip you in half.
I'm not a
No,
cat.
no, I'm busy. I'm busy doing the other photos because these are cute.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
hold on. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you an actual photo though.
You
Yeah.
heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. The bunny wants to bang the fox.
Does not. Does not. You're like you're
You're
like a
like the
little
annoying. You're
brother.
like the annoying little brother. I know. I'm like the annoying little brother.
Why are
I
you
know.
naked?
When are you
Jesus
not
Christ.
naked? Are you telling me you're never not naked,
I
man?
All right, next.
All
Are
right.
we all naked under our clothing?
Yeah, are we all naked under our clothes?
Yeah, I'm not posting that on Twitch though.
How come Impel Mazel's photo looks better than mine? That's really cool. Oh, I get what you did. Okay. All right.
You can show that if you
Who
want
was
to.
nice? Oh, Weeb.
What up?
Weebosaurus is next. All right. Let me get ready with you. Find your questionnaire section. Where'd it go? Yeah, since Discord's in stream mode, it just says W for your name.
You can just
I'm like, oh my
disable
god,
that
where
at
was
the
it?
top.
You did have some adjustments to the Q&A. In place of that question, did you have a different question or just take it out?
Just take it out.
Okay. Alright, let me swap you and Ox's foodies around real quick so that you have center stage. One moment. Last chance if anyone needs to go get a drink or go to the bathroom or beat their head against a wall for a little while. Now's your chance.
Let the demons out.
I
and
will
just
say I
scream.
have my bitch calling me in other covers, so I'm a dip for a bit.
Okie dokie.
Alright,
Have a good one.
bye, team.
And let me make sure I turn you up. Okay. And okie dokie. We are ready. Okay. So, what force made you want to become a VTuber, and how did you land on your current character concept and design?
So where I originally started was with just normal streaming for the most part, no face cam, etc. along those lines. Eventually moved a little bit into face cam, and it wasn't the right feel, I guess, if that makes sense. So I got more involved and interested with the VTubing scene through streamers like Beetle and some of the Hololive core members like Corone and I forget her name off the top of my head, unfortunately. The Dragon VTuber who was big into Yakuza with Hololive, who unfortunately got graduated. I eventually decided to step into this mainly because I saw it as a interest point, as well as just being relatively freeform in how you could go about content creation in comparison to some of the other stuff where it's a bit limiting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And as far as concept and design, I haven't yet stepped into getting a proper live 2D or design done. I'm currently using a bit of a placeholder that I purchased the license for with a customizable model. I'm hoping to be able to get a proper live 2D in the next coming year or two, depending on how things go, essentially.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a computer that could handle a 3D model? Void's free, and you can customize pretty well on there.
What is the terminal thing?
I
You can also take
could
photos of Void
potentially.
as a PNG.
I could potentially, and I do have PNGs that I've used at times. I've just enjoyed Live 2D, even though it's a bit basic with what I'm currently using, just because it, while a little bit limiting due to it being a customizable, it is expressive in its own way, which I like, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it absolutely does. 3D stuff definitely comes with its own drawbacks, like resources on your computer. Unless you know how to build it to be really expressive and stuff like that, it can get really wonky. Figuring out the ins and outs of getting it, like my model, I wish she was more bouncy and more expressive and stuff like that. But getting some of that stuff can cause weird face clipping, so I have to be careful with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. How much of your real personality is in your avatar versus how much is performance and role playing?
Um, as of the moment, I try to lean the most heavily into just being my genuine self. Try not to
Mhm.
put on any airs and stuff. Once I have my proper model and I re-debut and all that, I might try to engage in a little bit of kayfabe and properly establish lore and backstory and all that, but for right now, it's more so just a stand-in for myself.
Good. Um, do you have any character or backstory already that you'd like to share, or story or world building?
Uh, I have a couple of ideas, but nothing concrete. I believe, like Ox said earlier, I just have stuff rolling around that I'm not really putting onto paper because it's just not clear yet.
That's good. Yeah. And as you design your character and stuff, like as you mentioned, upgrading the
Mm-hmm.
new model, stuff like that, as you design it, some more ideas might come to you mid creation of the character.
Exactly.
Yep. So
Character
that's
design
that's
always
what's
helps a lot with that sort of process, in my experience.
that's what's good is if you start your lore story at the began VTubing thing, that leaves you a lot of space to put in the before the VTubing lore for your
Mm-hmm.
character. Uh, and then from the VTubing you can take off into it's fun. I didn't expect to get into it, but I've ended up with a few ideas too. So like, yeah, I get it. Um, what type of content do you enjoy making the most, and why does it fit your character, such as singing, chatting, drama coverage, ASMR, gaming, what kind of games, etc.?
Of current, I mostly stick with gaming content. I generally have chatting streams where I either give advice or let people air out problems that they are willing to speak openly on so that they can have some sort of perspective or feedback from an uninvolved party on it as long as they're comfortable. I try not to step too far into politics, drama, etc. on stream because that's sort of the escape platform, if that makes sense. X is where I mostly engage in that stuff if I have to. Um, I don't have a plan to do ASMR necessarily. I do kind of want to see if I can train my voice and learn to sing better. I've been stepping into it very slightly here and there. It's a matter of low confidence at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Um. Okay. Sorry. 1 second.
You good?
I accidentally clicked out, and now I'm trying to find where the W went.
Mm,
Um, what's a typical prep to post stream workflow like for you? Any weird rituals or habits you developed? Also, hello, Feeble, Total Duck, Cyrus. Maggie hasn't gone yet. You said you were waiting on the Maggie section. Maggie hasn't gone yet. Um, what's your typical prep to post stream workflow like for you? Any weird rituals, habits you developed?
One of the main things that I've sort of developed, I guess you could say, is get everything ready and just hit the button. Because for a long time, I had a degree of almost like hesitation to start streaming when I wanted to. And it would lead to starting late and other stuff like that at times, or delaying it if the day just didn't feel right. And at one point, I just kind of realized I'm holding myself back and there's no point to it. It's meant to be a way for me to have fun and make an audience and communicate with people, learn different perspectives and all that stuff to broaden my horizon, especially if I can meet people like you, Mozil, others in the
Yeah.
space who have like-minded ideas of what they want to do and accomplish. So just say fuck it and get right into it, essentially, is the kind of habit I've formed, because hesitation makes it so you can't even act.
Okay. Okay. Um. hmm. What's been the hardest part of being a VTuber for you? Technically, creativity, mentality, and how did you push through it?
Honestly, consistency would be my answer, because I very much respect the content grind and being very consistent with doing at least 3 to 4 days every single week, trying to always be good about having decent hours, stuff like that. But it really does limit the amount of time that you can spend with people IRL at times, which is a bit of a shame. I have been trying to get a bit better at managing that, but it's naturally going to be a limiting factor because you spend so much time engaging with it.
Okay. Yeah. Um. How has your community shaped the way you create content or perform as your character?
I want to say that my community overall has made me respect the creator space a lot more, I suppose. Because from the viewer perspective, when you watch YouTube, watch live streams, watch, I don't know, TikTok, whatever platform you use primarily, you I don't want to say it gives a narrow perspective, but you just don't really understand the work that goes into streaming, the prep time that goes into it, the amount of time spent away from other things that could be done instead. And so naturally, you begin to, when you look at other streamers who are very consistent and stuff like that, respect how dedicated they are and see a lot of positive traits in that regard. You otherwise kind of just don't really acknowledge it until you experience it yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes sense. Um, if you could collab with any VTuber, past, present, future, big or small, who would it be, and what kind of stream would you like to do with them?
Hmm. Obviously, as one of my inspirations to take a foray into the scene, as well as his part in not experimenting, but rather trying to perform alongside an AI creator with Neuro. I think doing a stream or interacting in some way with Beetle and Neuro would just be overall a very interesting experience, let alone a fun one. For
Yeah.
a non like, oh, it'd be so cool and interesting in that regard streamer, I think honestly a lot of people from the V-Stars Discord, I'd like to properly get to introduce and meet a lot of them, see if we can't become more acquainted and actually collaborate, because you guys are my peers.
Oh, sorry. I was getting squeaky ducked. But yeah, it's good that I hope that the V stars can branch out and that you can all get along and collaborate with each other pretty well. And, as I have it set up so that if there's any dispute in the teams, the leader attempts to handle it, but they also inform me of everything. And if any of you, for any reason, feel like your team leader didn't do a good enough job, there's no shame and there should hopefully no feel in telling me about it because I'm not scared to recommend the team leaders because there's a rule set out for them strictly not to have a superiority complex with you.
Mhm.
Um, so I hope that what I have set up for y'all works. And if there's anything that needs to be tweaked or adjusted, let me know and we'll see what we can manage in to make sure it's still functional. I hope to see
If I
it
step out of line,
grow.
strike me down, Opal.
No, it's more like, so if there's any infighting, the team leader
Mm.
is supposed to handle it. And if the team leader can't handle it, they come to me and I collectively talk with all the team leaders and we try to find a good conflict resolution that helps y'all continue to move on without it snowballing into the next Google Docky or something like that.
Mhm.
Um,
If we're
And-
capable of having
Yeah.
proper de-escalation and communication rather than having some just asinine
Yeah.
drama crop up over something that has no real importance, then it's always the best option.
yeah, and hopefully, like I'm saying, like I know I'm not going to be able to solve every single person's problems for myself. That's why I'm hoping that a group effort will be more reliable. That
Mhm.
way, things don't seem as biased or like, oh, well, this team leader in this other group doesn't like me, so of course they make this decision. I'm hoping that it can be kind of like a council in a way, if that works out. We'll see. 'Cause
My
yeah.
my best hope with it is really that, and this was one of my thoughts when I first saw the teams. I don't necessarily have a poor expectation of it, but I do worry slightly of like cliques forming at times. But the
Yeah.
best way we can counteract that is just constantly have teams interacting, properly
That's
communicate
yeah.
between everyone, and hold each other accountable.
Stuff like this, big group things where you all mesh. I don't really super watch the K-pop stuff, but
Mm.
I had a friend in high school who kind of told me some things, and the understanding is like you'll have K-pop idol groups that are kind of competitive with each other,
Mm.
but at the same time they'll go on shows and talk game shows and stuff like that and be friendly and cordial and civil with each other, and interact with each other so that their collaborations have some team building pent up behind them, despite the competitiveness that they might be experiencing as well.
Would you
So,
look at that sportsmanship?
yeah, I'm hoping that, again, I have it set in the rules for the teams to not just click off, but to like interact with each other's teams and do things like this. And I hope to be able to host things where it intermeshes all the teams together for game nights and stuff like that. And even if it's off street, for like movie nights and just chats and stuff like that, hopefully I can help y'all feel like a little community that has teams in it instead of teams that have to interact occasionally.
100%.
Uh,
It's better if we all look at each other as acquaintances slash coworkers rather than just people that we try to avoid, I guess.
yeah. And again, if any of you at any point have any suggestions on how to do it better, let me know. We'll work it out. All right.
Oh, well, make a make an employee of the month.
I feel like that would add a big competition.
It would probably, yeah.
And if someone didn't make it, the feelings would be hurt, and then that could, or if someone kept making it multiple times, and other people would be like, "Oh no, I'm not good enough, and I don't want to." It could be good and bad. Okay. Moon bunny badges for keeps. Hi, Double. Okay, where do you see yourself in your character in? Oh, okay, no. I thought I skipped a question for a second. Because I mean, I did, but that was on request. Where do you see yourself in your character in 1 to 2 years? Any big goals, projects, or dreams you're working towards?
I think I mentioned earlier that, of course, I'd like to see if I can't get a proper model going and have more of a unique presence, I guess. But as for big goals, projects, or dreams, I want to kind of stay at the scale I'm at right now as a smaller creator. But if I grow, keep the same vibe. I don't want things to change should I grow, if that makes sense. Obviously, they're going to in inherent ways, just by chat going by faster, and so you can interact less accurately at times, for example. But
Yeah, yeah,
having almost like not a personal relationship, but being able to recognize chatters who show up often, being able to have proper banter with chat, being able to hold actual dialogue with them instead of just having them be a spectator. It is, in my mind, one of the most rewarding aspects of streaming, is because you get to actually interact with the streamer. If you're just wanting to watch them, may as well go be on YouTube, because you usually get better editing. But I hope that I can maintain down to earth, earnest vibes, not be corrupted by fame. There's so much stuff you see in the creator sphere that is concerning, or like, oh my god, is it that like bad? Is it that much of a dangerous force and stuff? But at the end of the day, we're here to have fun and just expel our creative energies in our outlet, and I hope that we can all have a good time doing it.
Yeah. Is there anything in closing you would like to say or put out there for anyone?
I look forward to getting to properly work with you all, I suppose. Because, yeah, there's the aspect of we're all working together as streamers, but a lot of people look at online friendships and stuff like that almost a bit side-eyed because of just how much of it is taken advantage of at times, which it's unfortunate and it does happen, but expecting every single thing to end in that sort of negative way is no way to live, frankly. I've had genuine good friendships with people that I've only known online, things that have helped me grow as a person, and things that, from what I've been told and what I would like to hope, I've helped others grow in that same way. And so meeting new people, forging new bonds, getting to learn new perspectives and new things from people that I otherwise wouldn't have known, wouldn't have understood. It's one of the greatest things about the internet, is just because we can't learn everything on our own. We can't. We have limited time. So getting to meet you, getting to meet Mozile, getting to meet anyone, it offers a chance to learn things that you never would have been able to, and that's just really exciting for me.
Thank you. Hopefully we can live up to some good standards for you, and hopefully you get to see your platform and your following and stuff like that grow as you interact with them, and you can all, like, in a respectable way, benefit from being here. Be it
I hope the
in
same for you
streaming or
guys
just
too.
in friendships. And yeah, friendships online. Yeah, I have a friend that I've known for since I was 15, so like 17 years now, I think. I'm like somewhere in there, between 15 and 17 years, I've had a friend. Yeah, I get it. I do. All right, Maggie. It is
Thank
your
you for you guys'
turn.
time.
Are you gonna stick around? Or you get
I am. I know that you mentioned potentially doing some repo and stuff like that. Are we still thinking
That's
about that,
okay.
or do we not have enough people?
It depends on when we finish, because we still gotta do all of Mag's interview and Imp's, and I know Imp has a lot of lore to drop, so it depends. I've also been up since 2 a.m. and I've had like an hour and a half of a nap since then, so it's a horde maybe.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you need to dip out or you just want to go because you don't want to stick around, that's okay. That's fine. I'll ping everyone again if we do end up doing the game thing. But don't wait around for it. Yeah. Yeah. All good. And I will send the VOD to all of you after as well. Also, I'm going to need everyone's Twitch link so that I can make sure to show it on X, because I didn't tag anyone on the initial post because I didn't know if anyone was going to drop out tonight. So I didn't want to tag them. Oh, and it be inaccurate.
Mhm.
Oh, that reset. Well, Opal was sitting on her screen. Someone did the dance emoji, and now got a reset where Opal is. It's okay though. Okay, Max, are you ready?
Yep, I'm pretty much ready.
Alright, let me make sure your volume is good. I've been trying to make sure I tone everyone up as they're talking and the previous one down a little bit. Just
Right.
in case. At least I've been trying to remember to do that. Hello, thank you. Thank you. My stomach is not feeling great. That's its minus. Okay. Alright, Max, do you want to give yourself a little introduction before we start the Q&A?
Sure, why not?
Mhm.
Hang on. My dog Oreo just scared me a bit.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta let him go.
Okay.
Hang on, Oreo.
Impel, I expect you to be ready to give the full Imp lore backstory when it's your turn.
Oh
That's why I
yeah,
gave
we're
you
gonna
the
have
last
fun when that
position, so you
happens.
could just go as long as you want.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with that.
I didn't want you to feel bad about being last. I was just like, man, all these people in different
Okay,
time
so
zones.
my
Yeah.
nieces and stuff arrived, and figure everything will get chaotic.
Okie dokie.
But where was we at?
A little introduction before the Q&A.
Oh, right. Greetings, creatures and humans alike. I am Magi Q Dog, but you can call me Magi Q or Q Dog, whichever one y'all prefer. And I'm pretty much a supernatural creature that's became a VTuber.
Okay. Fail. Fail. Um, Let me make your figure just a little bigger since you're the one talking right now.
Already?
And make leaves a little bit smaller. Sorry. Alright.
You're good.
What first made you want to become a VTuber, and how did you land on your character concept and design?
Well, let's see. Um, I pretty much started watching like some VTubers on YouTube, mainly like Iron Mouse, Gargura, and a few others. And it was mainly like Gargura that got me to really liking VTubers, but I didn't know how to start that journey myself. It wasn't until one day at work where one of my coworkers happened to be a VTuber themselves, and he was explaining to me how easy it is to get it set up and how I could try it myself. So I was thinking, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And I was pretty much creating like my character and stuff, and I kind of wanted to do a mix of two things that I love, which was like mythology, because I love world mythology, and anime, because I'm a big weeb. And eventually I came up with a concept of my character being like an adventurer that's also like a supernatural creature with unique magical powers. And I kind of built up the lore for him, and here I am now.
Okay. What is his amalgamation? What is his design? Because from Yafugi, all I'm saying, he just looks like a purple elf. So correct me. Tell me.
You're fine. Well, technically, I am a magician. Um, However, I have a unique crystal on my chest, and this crystal grants me a lot of really powerful magical abilities. And one of these abilities allows me to transform either fully or partially into any other magical creature that I know of. So the reason I got the elf ears, the vampire teeth, and even werewolf claws is because it's my powers.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So he's a
Hmm.
very big hybrid. That's very nice. That's very cool. Alright. What force made you want to be? Wait, did I already say that? I'm sorry. Sorry.
You're good.
How much of your real personality is in your avatar versus performance and roleplay?
Well, most of it is pretty much just me being myself. Although I do add part of my character into it because being like an adventurer and stuff and being a supernatural creature that's separate from the other humans and stuff, I kind of play into that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can you walk us through your character's lore, backstory, overarching story, and world building?
Oh, yes. Uh, my character is from the supernatural realm, which is a completely separate realm from the human realm, which is the one we exist in. In the supernatural realm is where like all the magical lands, many of the supernatural creatures, and great magical abilities and powers and all that in nature exists. I am part of a special guild called the Grand Guard that is designed to protect our clients. Um, and I pretty much got my friends there, like my friend Pink, Silk, Maria, Chorus, and Shade, and a whole bunch of others. But eventually, after many adventures where I go on dangerous missions and fighting against powerful supernatural beings, whether it be like powerful demons or dark gods, I eventually had to retire. So I ended up moving over here to the super. I ended up moving over here to the human realm, where I pretty much live with the humans. And eventually, that's where I learned about the feed tubing, and here I am as a feed tuber now.
That's good. That's good.
Hmm.
Go from the parallel supernatural world to the mortal world. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, the
What?
supernatural. Oh, sorry.
Go
Um,
ahead.
the supernatural is kind of reminiscent of Earth, maybe just a little bit bigger. The lands are completely different, and you get a bunch of supernatural creatures. Like, oh boy, there is a bunch.
Do you want to expand into that?
Oh yeah. Actually, truth be told, trying to not get into spoilers all that much, but I actually got a team of mine that's going to be creating a web comic, and it's going to be based on my experience as an adventurer. So I'm hoping to get that released pretty soon.
Okay. Okay. Is your team going to join Beastars? Are they streamers as well?
Oh no no no! They're just like my fellow artists back from my college days. They're not into VTubing at all, except for my friend McKenya. I mean, she's kind of been joining me on my streams, but she doesn't want to be a VTuber herself. At least not yet. But maybe
You'll
someday.
win over.
Yeah, I'm gonna win her over
Okay.
eventually.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win a friend 2 over 2. I get it. I got you. I get it. Alright.
I'll try for you,
Uh,
Opal.
what type of content do you enjoy making the most? Gaming? What kind of gaming? Singing, chatting, drama tubing, ASMR, etc. And why does it fit your character?
Well, let's see. There's actually a lot of different genres that I do. The main one is like gaming, but I also do like art streams. I do like manga reactions, with One Piece being the main one right now.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
mhm. I also do like these chat streams called Creatures of the Week, where I kind of draw up a mythical creature and I talk about the facts of those creatures. Let's see.
That one sounds really cool, actually.
Mm-hmm. Although I will admit,
Maybe
oh,
maybe we could collab sometime. Like we can stream together and you can do that. That sounds really cool.
yeah, I'll be more than happy to let you join me and stuff on those creatures of the week. Just tell me whatever creature that you want to talk about.
The Loch Ness monster.
It's actually funny. I actually done that one a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Mm,
Yeah, but I don't care to refice into it if you want to.
oh no no. I don't want you to repeat yourself. You'll have to
Oh,
list out to me later in DMs which ones you've already covered and we'll go from there. We could always talk about skinwalkers.
that's actually
Okay.
one I covered too.
Yee. Okay, Let me think of another one. Give me a second.
Alrighty. Actually, you wouldn't care to give me a second too? I think I got my family knocking on my door.
Yep, all good.
All right. Let's see. I'll be right back.
Tell me, chat, has he covered, gosh, what are they called? I just had the name in my head. Gosh, Wendigo.
The
The thing that-
Wendigo.
Yeah, the thing that comes after you if you're a cannibal. Yeah, the thing that you become. That's in a video game. That thing scared the mess out of me. I
Okay,
had
I am
nightmares.
back.
Have you covered Wendigos? Dang it, you have. You got the giggle. uh, it's okay. We'll figure it out later. You
Mhm.
back?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay. All these things are gonna haunt me because I said them out loud now. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna go whistle in the woods. Alright, Goatman, Mothman.
Ooh, those will be good ones to cover.
Hey, name some you haven't gotten to. Hey, yeah. Okay. What is your prep for stream look like? Your workflow? Any rituals or habits you've noticed yourself developing?
Let's see. Well, a habit that I developed is like whenever I decided to do a certain stream, I kind of make the thumbnails first. So that's always a process I do a week or two or whatever time it takes before I do my streams. And then whenever I actually do the streams, I will often kind of start around 30 minutes before, kind of get everything set up, and I just kind of wait, making sure that everything is okay, making sure I don't have to use the restroom, making sure that don't get bothered by the family, just making sure that everything goes okay. But I'm gonna be honest, even with all that preparation, I still mess up time to time.
Yeah, the scuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
Do you make your thumbnails? Do you draw them? Do you AI them? How do you do your thumbnails?
So I pretty much draw them myself. Although I will admit most of them, like the gaming ones, I just kind of take a picture of my character doing whatever pose, kind of just find like something online with it, and just kind of make the thumbnail from there. But I do draw out a few of the scenes and stuff.
Do you hand draw them? Do you use some reference images? Like, what do you do?
Oh, I actually draw them myself, cause real
That's
talk.
awesome.
Real talk. I kind of went into college for media arts and animation, so I pretty much learned of how to make cartoons and all that kind of stuff, and I kind of added all of that into my career as a VTuber.
Well, that's amazing. Especially, I partake in the AI. But yeah, it's really nice to see people who still go the traditional way about it or the traditional digital way. That's still really good and refreshing to see.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I tried digital art. I draw on pen and paper, I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh my God, I'm such an artiste." Okay. Um, I guess you could call me like basic. I'm pretty decent. It depends on how much time I actually spend on it. Sometimes I can spend 2 hours on something and hate it, and then other times I can be like in a bad mood and sketch something out and it looks much better. So it really depends. Um, but I just don't use it. Like I'll use it as a reference image if I'm trying to AI something specific for myself. Sometimes I'll do that, like use this as a base image. But a digital art stuff just wasn't for me. I couldn't do it.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, whenever I transition from like paper drawing to digital drawing, it's kind of like the same way, really. You just have to kind of be easy on the computer and stuff, making sure you don't like punch a hole through the screen. But yeah, the way I see it, everyone is capable of drawing and stuff. It's just more of those things where it's like practice makes perfect, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Practice makes perfect.
Mhm.
I
Oh.
In high school, I was in art class, and I did pretty good. You know, one blue ribbons, one first place, best in show, honorable mention, second place, third place on some things as well. Um, one of my watercolor paintings was featured in a art exhibit for a month, stuff like that. I just, it's just not something that I followed through with long term.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, to everyone, it's like, pretty much just draw whatever you want to and stuff. And there is no such thing as bad art or anything. To me, it's always about the art in the eye of the beholder, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
I
Oh,
get you.
speaking of which, I
Yep.
actually recently finished drawing my new banner for YouTube. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
Alrighty. I'm gonna upload it here real quick. As soon
And
as I can find it.
you don't mind me sharing it on stream, do you?
Oh, mine.
You
Let's
cut out.
see.
I'm sorry. You don't mind?
Oh no. I don't mind one bit. You can show it to everyone.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, it's my mic. Let's see.
Oh, you're fine. Um.
I sent it to you personally.
Yep. I got it. Just gotta find where it's saved to. Where did it go? Hold on.
Yeah, Feeble, it was the one from last night.
I saved it, but it's hiding somewhere. Where'd it go? Did I just see it? Hold on. There it is. Oh my, that is huge. 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Here we go. Yeah, that's good. Do you sketch it digitally first, or do you do it pen and paper and then transfer it to your computer and go over it digital?
Well, um, I used to do like paper and stuff, but the more I got into digital, the less I done with the paper drawing until it got to the point where I no longer need it anymore. So I pretty much transitioned to all digital.
Okay. Well, it looks good. Better than I
Thank
would
you.
do, that's for sure.
That's pretty much all my
Yeah,
friends from the Grand Guard.
that's very nice.
Mm-hmm. And also his some nuggets here and there about the stuff from the comic too.
Okay.
Although I'm
All
not
right.
going to say what it is.
All right. Next question. What's been the hardest part of being a VTuber or streamer for you? Technically, creativity, mentality, and how do you push through it?
Mm. Truth be told, I say there are two things that makes it hard. One
Yep.
is time. It's like I'm always busy doing stuff, which is also why I haven't been active on the Feastars all that much, which I do apologize for that. But it's whether it be I'm here at work, whether it be I'm helping out with the family, whether it be I'm trying to draw out stuff for future streams, or trying to relax and kind of do stuff my own way, like watching anime, or working on that comic stuff and all that. It's just kind of hard to try to find time to do it, which is why working during the night is the best time for me. And I think the second thing is the fact that I'm pretty much doing everything by myself. Like, I pretty much made my channel and built me up without any help. Like, all the thumbnails, all of the background, even the animation openings that I've drawn myself. Uh, Pretty much getting the games and managing my own time and trying to do everything myself. It could be a bit exhausting.
Well, you are in VStores. If you have any questions or you need to outsource, ask us anything to help you with, let us know. Although, granted, some of us in here do use AI, so if you specifically don't want any AI involvement in your stuff, let us know, and we'll see if we can help you find a direction to go in if we can't provide help ourselves. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. If I get to the point where I get like too overloaded and stuff, I'll ask for y'all's help.
Absolutely. And we'll see if any of us can help you shoulder some of it. I get it. I do.
Mhm. And of course,
Um,
that goes with me as well. If y'all need my help with anything, you're more than welcome to ask me about it.
will do.
Mhm.
Has your community shaped the way you create content or perform as a character or streamer?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Has your community shaped, how has your community shaped the way you create content or perform as your character or as a streamer?
Let's see. Well, that's a bit of a difficult question to answer, mainly because, like, a lot of times whenever I'm streaming, I just kind of get some people that pop up here and there, or I kind of just get like my friends from other places to come in and all that. Especially a lot of the VTuber friends that I made, and most of the time I just kind of talk to them like their friends, which obviously I am.
Yeah.
Um, Although I will admit there has been a few moments where I do get some jerks that come on there every once in a while, but I try to ignore them.
Yeah, yeah. You also probably get like the bots and the scam art bot things that pop in. A lot
Oh
of
yes.
yeah. Yeah, I still get those from time to time. Have you set up a Siri bot to manage your chat for you?
Mm, Not particularly. I do got a bot called Whisbot that I found from a VTuber friend of mine, and it's been working really good. It's been actually deleting all those bots that keep trying to message on my chat.
Remind me later to tell you about Seriebot. It's just something on Twitch. You give it like it's kind of like a Twitch integration thing. Um, and it helps ban out some of those bot things that come in, the spam messages. You can set it up, and you can also occasionally go over to it and tell it to remove any bots from your following or from your chat. So it can
Ready?
help a little. Yeah, yeah.
That sounds good.
But remind me, there's also Frosty tools you can look into as well. Um, okay. What is your, or what has been your most memorable stream or moment so far? Whether it was wholesome, chaotic, completely unexpected, just like a thing during your stream that really stuck out and sticks with you.
Hmm. There's actually quite a few moments I could think of. Um, One of the moments is the fact that I think I created my own type of Pokemon Nuzlocke. I call it the Pokemon Dream Team Nuzlocke, where you can only have up to 6 Pokemon throughout your entire playthrough. Unless you do like an additional rule where you're able to add like a backup Pokemon for every gym that you defeat.
Yeah.
And mhm. And on the final stream for it, I pretty much had my team set up and everything, and I just had to catch a few backup mons just in case. And I was fighting like this. I always pronounce the name wrong, but it's like that barnacle one from Chin 6. Like what is it called? It's like
I don't know.
barnacle
I
or
don't know
something.
Pokemon names. Okay.
And
Fine.
let's just say that he ruined my run completely to the point that I have lost miserably. I was so mad at him.
Okay. Um, who would you collab with? Any VTuber streamer, past, present, or future? Who would it be, and what would you like to stream with them?
Well, personally, I'm the kind of VTuber that would love to collab with anyone that wants to play. So I'm more than down to play any games as long as I got them, or do like any other type of collabs, like the Creature of the Week one that we talked about.
Yeah,
But
that sounds
yeah.
good.
But if I were to say if I could do a collab with someone that is like really famous, there is a few options. One is pretty much like Gura, which I know that's never going to happen, but that would have been a dream
I
come
think
true.
She's been sick, hasn't she? Saba, she put out she's been really unwell lately.
Right.
That's why
Oh.
she hasn't been streaming.
Right, allegedly that she's Saba. But
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, she is, and I really hope that she gets to feeling better because she's like a really good content creator, and I would love to watch more of her streams. But she's got to take care of herself first.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm Let's see, and another one would be Lost Paws. He's like my favorite YouTuber, so I would love to do a collab with him.
Don't know that one. But yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm sure you
Um,
can link with him if you want to watch some of his content.
you can. I'll have to find time to get around to it. But yeah, sure. Thank you. You can put it in the
Right.
Vstars chat.
Already.
And then where do you see yourself, your character in your stream, 1 to 2 years down the road? Any big goals, projects, dreams that you're working towards achieving? Is it a hobby? Is it for money? Is it just a fun way to socialize? What's up?
Let's see. Well, some of the big stuff I want to
Oh.
do. Oh,
1 second, an ad break is about to start. If you want to take 3 minutes, I do need to run to the restroom, actually.
fine.
If we can take a 3-minute break, if that's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who's still here? Y'all can unmute and talk amongst yourselves for a little bit, but I will be
think
right
it's
back.
just me.
What's up, Opal?
Yeah, y'all
Oh,
talk. I gotta go
he's
BRB
still
real
here.
quick.
Alrighty.
Y'all taking a 3 to 5 minute break. Yeah, sorry.
all right, do
Alrighty,
what you gotta
sounds
do.
good.
Let's see. What kind of anime do y'all like?
I haven't watched any
I have
anime.
decently
Wow.
wide variety.
Let's see. There's been a few that I've been watching recently, like the Daemon of the Shadow Realm. It's actually pretty nice.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Of recent, I've been rewatching a couple things, but I've also been catching up on season 4 of ReZero, which has been really good so far.
Oh yeah, I'm behind on 2 episodes. I gotta get back into that.
Also started the new season of Jujutsu, which has been pretty solid so far, honestly. I've heard a lot of bad about it, which I'm kind of confused by.
I have to say, I thought it went really good.
I don't know. I've heard bad things about the new season, but I'm having a good time so far. Like animation's been really unique and interesting. Stories and writing's been good. Music's been great.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I can assume is that it's just haters gonna hate.
Probably. Always is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've encountered some haters myself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Emperor?
I don't really watch too much anime, I'm afraid. Don't
Good.
really
I
have
mean,
time to do
to
that.
each their own, right?
Yeah, it's just I don't really have the time to do any of that.
Mm.
Okay. Then what about favorite series?
I'll be honest, I don't really watch too much TV in general, whether TV or streaming. I sometimes watch stuff on YouTube. It's usually just whatever I'm subscribed to or whatever flavor of the day takes my interest, I guess.
Alrighty. Let's see. Ooh, you know what you could do if you're interested in it? I've seen some VTubers that use like Patreon to do like anime reactions. If you ever get interested in stuff like that, that would be a good thing to do.
Yeah, but I think the first things first, I need to actually have an audience, and I am lucky if I get more than 3 people.
I do hear you on that. To be fair, though, a lot of people have problems with reaction content, but it is one of the biggest, like, attractors of audience on the platforms, whether
don't-
it be Twitch, YouTube, etc.
I don't
People
really
love reaction channels.
I don't really have an issue
Yeah.
with reacting. I think the main issue is all of the big things everybody's reacting to. I've already seen the original sources, and I've seen other anime characters in the bottom corner react to the same thing like 20 times over. So I don't really know if I can react to those in particular, just because I don't really feel like I'm giving a proper reaction because I already know the whole thing. And
Let's see.
that doesn't seem like something I'd want to do, like to fake my reaction.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can actually do what I do, because I forgot to mention to Opal that I've also been doing some reactions for YouTube as well. But I actually invited my friend McKenya on streams and let her to react to some of the stuff I've already seen, or react to stuff that we both haven't seen.
That's a good meta as well.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
Kind of like
things,
showing a friend your favorite content.
well, one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to have my audience kind of give me suggestions, and I'll just pick from that. But it's kind of hard to do that when you don't really have an audience. So right now, for the meantime, it's just gaming until I build up more of an audience, and doing
Right.
whatever collabs I can do in the meantime.
And that's pretty much all you could do right now. Like, as long as you don't give up and keep doing what you're doing, you'll eventually gain up a great audience and stuff, and then you can branch out and do all kinds of other stuff too.
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead.
I've wanted to do some reaction content here and there. My main fucking problem is just that I get so analytical with media I like that I just don't talk. And it does not make for good content. I'd have to be one of the folks who does like a long discussion after the episode finishes, but it'd be so boring during it.
I understand. I mean, let's see. What you could do is kind of pause a scene a bit, talk just a little bit about it, or talk about some things related to it, and then continue on with the reaction. And then build up your final conclusion at the end of the episode.
Yeah. But then that also interrupts the momentum for myself.
Oh, I see.
Like, I feel you on something I'm watching for the first time that I'm not really attached to, but a good example, I mentioned ReZero earlier. I'm super interested and like invested in it at this point. Let's say I was doing reactions to the new episodes as they come out. I would be so dead silent the entire time because I don't want to interrupt the pacing at all.
Well, it could be one of those things where, like the idea of getting on Patreon and doing the streams on there, you can pretty much explain to your chat how you'll be quiet and then you'll give your opinion at the end of it. That way, they can watch it with you, or they can watch it later on, and then they can kind of wait it out until you at the end where you can explain everything about how you're feeling and all that.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where don't knock it off until you try it.
Oh, 100%. I'm not necessarily trying to. I've just, unfortunately, I've been on the internet for so much of my life that I've seen so much stuff already. And it makes it hard to find new series. There's definitely stuff I could do. Like, one of my chat members just mentioned Baki, for example. I could definitely mess with Baki a little bit since I'm nearly completely blind on it, but it's hard to find stuff like that, honestly. I really have just seen so much crap.
I understand completely, but luckily, countless content is always being created. I
Not
mean,
wrong.
yep. I mean, heck, Jujutsu Kaisen took off, and that's been what? How many years has it been released now?
When did season 1 come out? Was that during COVID?
I
Like
wanna
2020,
say-
2021?
Hello.
Let me
It's
look
been
it up
it's
real
been
quick.
years.
Hello.
Let's see. Hey, Opal.
Hi, Opal.
Time to mute myself.
Are you ready to continue?
There, damn it.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Okay.
look up the Jujutsu stuff later.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. So the last question for you was,
Mhm.
sorry, I don't know if that sounded rude. Where do you see yourself in your character 1 to 2 years down the road? Any big goals, projects, or dreams you're wishing to work towards and achieve?
Hmm. First off, you're good on that and stuff. It's no problem. And for the question, let's see. There are some big streams that I do want to do. Like I kind of created this type of streams where it's like donate bits by dev gaming streams, where basically you play like a game that you've already played a bunch of times, and each time you die, you spin like a wheel to see how much bits you're going to be donating, and then find another streamer online and donate those bits to on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How's that been going for you?
I've done it a few times, but I kind of done it within my first year, and I didn't have much of an audience, so it didn't do that good. But it did get some people to watch it, so I plan on doing another one. Since I build up more of an audience now.
Simple
Let's-
question. Well, not simple question. Curious question.
Sure.
Does that eat up your funds? Because that means you're spending money to. How does that play out?
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where I just kind of take my own money, buy the bits and stuff, and then just kind of, just spend the bits for other streamers. But the way
Do
I
you
see it,
do you allocate like $5 to that? Like, how much do you set aside to do that on average?
let's see. I don't really do it that often because I kind of get like a bunch of bits. Like,
Okay, so it's not every stream. Okay.
oh no, it's not every stream. If I did that, I'd be broke.
Okay. Okay. That's what I was just like. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But okay, that makes sense.
Truth be
Yeah.
told,
Okay.
I've only done this type of stream twice before, and ironically, it was both with Little Nightmares.
Okay.
Um,
That could be, a horror game thing that you do. Every time you die in like a horror game, you have to go find someone to donate to. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, I was thinking about replaying Bramble the Mountain King and kind of doing it with that, or try Super Mario Odyssey.
I've seen Bramble. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Bramble. Let's see. Another kind of stream I got planned for is that I kind of seen that other VTubers on Twitter are kind of doing tier lists with other VTubers, and I kind of want to try that myself.
Oh, I will suggest be careful with that because some VTubers are using that to vague post about people that they don't like. So some of it is the ones that they put in the bottom are people that they have fights or drama or pent up aggression or issues with. So be careful about accidentally stepping into that because that's what those tier lists half and half are.
Right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I do like the tier list, I was kind of doing it like certain ranks of adventurers and stuff. Like for example, if you're like in the main guard, if you're like a healer, if you're like a leader or something like that. Kind of like something to where like no one would be offended on what class that they are in.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to insinuate that you would do that. I'm just saying that I have seen people fight and then one of them makes a tier list and puts the one that they had an argument with at the bottom and it's just I just want to make sure that you're careful you don't accidentally step into that. But yours sounds good. Yours sounds like it won't be an issue for you.
Right.
So,
I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Let's see. And obviously the big thing that I'm hoping to get done in the future is finally getting that comic release and kind of get it out there. But I will admit, my team is kind of doing this more for the passion than actually getting paid because we're
Love of the
broke.
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're broke as a joke.
Good. Well, the thing is as you refine your art with it, and I don't mean specifically the art, I mean like the whole encompassment of it, and it improves, maybe you can monetize it later.
Mhm.
So yeah. I wish you the best luck on that. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing for your interview about yourself, about your streaming, anything at all?
Let's see. I just want to say that I want to thank you, Opal, for letting me be on here and talking to your chat and stuff. And I want to also thank my fellow VTubers here for kind of listening to me ramble on. And I also hope to do a lot more streams with y'all in the future. And that's pretty
Okay,
much it.
yeah. Absolutely, and I hope that V Stores is a good home for you and that you enjoy your stay with us and that you're able to grow and make a lot of good friends through it. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. All right, and now the best for last.
Of
The
course.
man with the story, the man with years of book writing for his character. Informozo, I'm going to bring you to the front of the stream. Give me a minute.
Hurrah.
That's to... Are you
Oh.
ready?
Yeah,
Are
as
you ready
ready
for
as
your
I can
big
be.
day? You've been waiting. Uh-oh.
Try not to
You've
select
been
this over
very
here.
patient. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
Figure everything out first.
I've been moved.
Yep, you've been moved.
I got fatter.
I just need an
Who
image.
could have foreseen this?
You didn't get fatter. Jeez.
Oh, now I lost weight. That's even more unlikely.
I will say this. I will dox him a little bit here. I've seen him. He has a very nice mustache. He has a very swanky, gentlemanly mustache.
I don't know what to do with that information, but okay.
You have a good Red Dead mustache.
That even makes less sense, but
okey-dokey.
okay. But anyways.
Go ahead and do your
Uh,
introduction. This is your spotlight.
Greetings, everyone who still made it to this point. I am Emperor Mozel. I am a science fiction Emperor VTuber. I am also the leader of the United Movian Empire, a galactic civilization that spans across 22 star systems and has 29 planets in its occupation.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Is there anything you'd like to additionally add before the interview starts?
Nothing I can really think at the moment. I think I'll come up with stuff as we move on, as you ask me questions.
Okie dokie. What first made you want to become a VTuber, and how did you land on your character concept and design?
So, how I became a VTuber and how I wanted to become a VTuber, that is a bit of a long story. I've kind of knew about
Yes.
VTubers ever since about 2020 when I believe it was a few months after Gura made her debut, and the first thing I saw with her was a Minecraft VOD she was doing, and at the time I was like, oh wow, there's anime characters who do YouTube now, that's cool, but at the time I didn't really care that much because I wasn't really into anime, nor was I really into VTubers that much, so I kind of mostly overlooked looked that up until a few years later. At the time, I was very like into politics and drama and like a whole bunch of internet stuff. So my next major introduction to VTubers was from the Some Ordinary podcast that happened a few years ago with Mudahar, Oompaville, and Nuxtaku. The first two I liked them, but then Nuxtaku was like, "Who the hell is this guy? I don't know who he is. Why is he so loud and annoying?" Which is kind of funny because if you ask me my current opinion on everybody nowadays, it's kind of the inverse where I have a lot of respect for Nux. I don't really care that much for Oompaville anymore, and I've lost a shitload of respect for Mudahar. but that's a story for another day. But the one
Okay.
thing that really got me into VTubers, which as the last person we were interviewing, and no, I think it was Weeb was saying is they were talking a lot about Neurosama and Vidal. So that was actually she was actually the one that got me interested into VTubers, mostly because I like science fiction stuff. I like learning about AI, and now hearing that there's an AI VTuber who is like very human if you look at her from a certain point of view, and just watching her grow and all that, it was very fascinating to see kind of happen in real time. And because of her, I branched out to people she collabed with, and then suddenly I started my two recommendations at the time started crossing paths, which was political content and then VTubers. So of course I got introduced to more political VTubers like Smugalana, Kirsche, a whole bunch of
Yeah.
others, and then that led me down to even more and more people like the VTards, and then eventually you, and then a bunch of other people. And then where I decided to become a VTuber was actually back in late October of last year. Uh, for a while, I've been watching VTubers for a while after that point. But at that point, there was actually a point where I got into a huge argument with a bunch of friends of mine, and I will spare the details of what that argument was because it doesn't really matter. But it eventually resulted in me being kind of isolated for them for like a whole month. And not only was I isolated from them, but I didn't really talk to anybody at my work either. My family kind of ignored me. I kind of spent a whole month alone, and that put me in a very dark place mentally. But the one thing that kind of gave me a bit of solace in that uh, depressing part of my life was just coming home and watching VTubers, watching them watch whatever or play whatever, and they're having fun with friends in their chat. And I was like, look how much fun everybody's having. I'd like to do that myself. I know doing this would be a pricey endeavor, and I'll probably never see my money again afterwards. But like doing that anyways would probably bring me a little bit of enjoyment, bring me a little bit of self-fulfillment, even if it's mostly just for myself and not really to show off to anybody else. So December of last year is when I commissioned Perella to make the current model that you see in my streams nowadays. And that will pivot off to the second point of that question of how did I come across my character? Well, if I want to be extremely liberal about how I made my character, I first made my character when I was 5 years old, which is kind of funny if you think about it that way. However, at the time, he looked nothing like how you see him nowadays. Back then, he was a very poorly drawn Sonic OC. And I thought, hey, merging a bat and an elephant would be cool. But then, like, you'd probably, if I had it in the order, you'd probably say, oh, this looks like fucking shit. Looks like a 5-year-old drew this. And then I had that character whose name was Mudman back in the day, so if you wanted to know why my name starts with an M, that's kind of the reason why. When I went to middle school, I kind of had a revelation. It was like, Sonic is kind of cringe nowadays. The Sonic's kind of shit. I'm not gonna be a Sonic character anymore. I'm gonna make myself a human. But of course, with a lot of stuff you make in middle school, it's usually kind of garbage as well. Where I had a lot of power fantasies. I had a lot of stuff that you'd compare to like what's being written in modern day Hollywood with Mary Sue's and Gary Stu's and all that type of shit. So once I kind of got to graduating high school, I was like, I'm gonna make this character more of a serious and believable character. So that got me to thinking, oh, I like space, I like technology, I like science fiction. I'm going to turn this guy into a science fiction emperor. And then I'm going to build a whole universe kind of around what this character is. And that is where I came up with a lot of my lore for my character's universe, the whole science fiction uh, homebrew D&D thing I did a while ago. And that's kind of how I came up with my character for this. It was a long process that came from a lot of different ideas.
Okay. And are you happy with where it is now, or are you still growing it?
Well, when it comes to like the lore and whatnot, I would say the lore is pretty much how I want it to be. However, I'm always making minor tweaks and changes. Kind of like one thing I can explain is like when it came to making my model, originally his cybernetic eye, looked a little different. But then I realized when it comes to a VTuber model, eyes are can give a lot of expression. So making the
Yeah.
cybernetic eye just solid red probably wouldn't be a good thing to do. So instead, I changed it to where his eye is black, but his pupils are red. So that at the very least, now you can like look at both of my eyes and and follow them around instead of just having to rely on the one normal eye.
I mean, could you have not have done a cybernetic eye with a white pupil?
I
Like a highlight?
mean, I guess, but then it would be kind of hard to tell it's a cybernetic eye because it would just look like a normal eye, I guess.
I'm kind of imagining like a whole eye that's red, and then having like a pupil and some like light highlighting on it. Even if it's not like glossy highlighting, it can be like a glass highlighting. Because I imagine the eye would be kind of like a screen, like a glass screen or something. And then you could tell where it's looking and express emotion by the highlights moving and the pupil moving and dilating.
I'm thinking about that.
It's okay.
I just don't think it looks really good. Maybe it could look good on some other design, but for what I have right here is what I kind of had for like the past decade. I think
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
not
best, the
just asking.
black
I
and
mean,
red works the best.
yeah, that makes sense. That's fine.
Hmm.
It also depends on the art style and the medium that you use to display it with too. So,
The original art
yeah.
that I showed the model artist was a commission I did like about a decade prior, and it was more or less the same as what you see today. I think some of the only differences is that he was a bit thinner, and he had a bit more. I think he was a bit more
Yeah.
wrinkly, but okay, make him a little bit younger. And I think besides that, I think he had some other deals. Like he had some medals on his chest, but then I kind of realized my character isn't really someone who likes to show off a lot. Besides being, despite being an emperor, so
Yeah.
I got rid of his self-congratulatory medals and no participation trophies for myself.
Okay. How much of your real personality is in your avatar versus how much is performance and role playing? How much of you is in Informozell?
I would
And how much of Informozell is role playing?
I would say the whole Mosul identity is pretty much who I am as a person. I think if I were Mosul, it'd be like my ideal version of myself rather than what I am in real life. As for like roleplay and stuff like that, I do it a bit, but probably not as much as other VTubers do with their stuff. I mostly do most of my roleplay on on X, where I'm usually posting lore, or I might respond in something that's kind of in character, but a lot of times I also do stuff that's kind of super out of character, just because being funny is more fun than being what Mosul would likely be like in universe, who is like more depressing, cold, keeps to himself. And if I were to do that, I'd probably actually like make people feel like, oh, I don't want to be around this person. He's not very friendly. So
Would it kind of be like how some of the higher end VTubers, probably particularly the ones who have the financial backing from a company, well, they have their own personality leak into the character. They have like an outline of a role play to apply to, but for the most part it's them. And then in like videos, music videos, anime shorts and stuff like that that the company produces, it follows more in line to the storytelling portion of it.
I think that's pretty fairly accurate, I would say.
Okay. So we might see more of Emperor Mosel's character and storyline in your AI videos in the future.
Either that or just go on Twitter. I'm actually, during the whole month of June, I'm doing this whole thing of where I'm putting people in my universe. It might not be mostly focused around me per se, but it's kind of sheds a bit more life and light on what goes on in my character's universe. So that at least gives a little bit of stuff behind my character and what he's kind of based on.
Okay. Here's the question that I know is going to be a long answer, and that is okay. This is your window. Can you walk us through your character's lore and backstory, the overarching story, and the world building?
It might not be nearly as long as you might think it is, but it is kind of meaty. Essentially, Emperor Mosul is the second born of the Zalarov dynasty of the United Movian Empire. His family lineage has ran the Movians for centuries, and essentially he was never destined to become the Emperor of Movis. The first son, my older half brother, he surrendered his name to the throne, and later became an outlaw of the Movian government. And then that's where it came to me and my younger brother. Oh, everything just changed.
Yeah, I accidentally hit a button. Keep going.
Okay, so then it came to me and then my brother. However, then there was an incident in which there was a dispute between the emperor at the time, my father, and my mother, who was the descendant of a wealthy family who also ran a lot of businesses within the empire. So when things split off between them, it was decided that I would no longer be the next of kin. So then it was me and my brother were put into the custody of my mother at the time until an incident which kind of forced us back under the custody of the emperor. So then my father, the emperor, married his fourth wife, and then he became, and then his wife's son vastly impressed the emperor. So despite not being of kin of blood, he decided that he would become the next emperor, which I at the time didn't really mind too much, as I never really fancied becoming the emperor anyways. But then that's where tragedy struck when my father and my stepbrother were going to visit a recently settled colony on the outer frontier of the empire, in which they were ambushed by a notorious pirate gang, and their ship was destroyed, killing both my father and my brother in the process. So then that led to me suddenly becoming the next emperor of the United Movian Empire. I was extremely unprepared, but seeing how it was either going to be me or my younger brother who had no interest in becoming the emperor, also he was determined to be completely incompetent of fulfilling the role. So it's either going to be me or there's going to be a very violent power struggle to find some other replacement. So I decided to take the role despite whatever it would take. And that led to a bunch of problems, as I made a lot of deals which angered a lot of people that were close with my father, which also resulted in an assassination attempt where they were very close to killing me that day. But it was how I got my cybernetic eye as well as some brain modifications. Are you putting effects on me?
Yes.
Yeah, I see like
Because
holograms.
it looks really cool to hear your story if you look like a hologram.
Yeah, holograms and flickering and shit. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that was. Yeah, I think it was the assassination. There was also some other lore, such as a fiance I was supposed to be married to, but due to the increased risks in my life, I had to end the engagement, and I had to essentially kind of force her to move on. And there is a bunch more lore that I will reveal as time goes on.
Okay.
You're having fun over there, I see.
Is this? I hope I'm not bothering you. I just thought it would like add to the story because I like
Nah,
listening
it's
to it.
perfectly fine. That's
Okay.
some cool shit. Right
So
here.
overarching story and world building.
Yeah.
Is there more to it?
I mean, there is, but I will kind of reveal things as things progress on. Most of it will be either on streams or mostly on Twitter. But usually when it comes to my streaming content, it's mostly just doing what I want to do and not necessarily lore dumping for hours on end.
Gotcha. Okay. What type of content do you enjoy making the most right now? Gaming, singing, chatting, drama, ASMR, and why does it fit your character?
Well, at the moment, I'm mostly just streaming games. I'm just interested in doing. I do want to do other sorts of content. However, there's just a bunch of problems when it comes to that. Mostly just because whenever I stream, it's usually after I come home from work, and like I don't really have the time to do research. I don't really have the time to really give in too much energy because I'm already tired from the day. So mostly I just come home like, okay, I'm gonna play a game. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna take it easy. There is stuff I would like to do. However, I feel like the only way I'd be capable of doing it if I had more of a team behind me, which I currently don't have. I think the only person I really have who's part of the team is Brock, but he's mostly just someone who helped me with a few art assets and gave me some advice.
What do you need? What do you need help with?
I just feel
or do
like
you want to talk about it off stream?
Mostly just like general management, planning, making, helping me get stuff set up that I probably should have set up. Like I don't have emojis yet. There's probably stuff I need to get done. Even some of the more recent stuff, such as my chat box or my note or my subscriber notification, that stuff I did like within like the last month, which I could have done like as soon as I started, but mostly whenever I get the opportunity to do much of this, it's after work or on the weekends, and a lot of times like I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to do this right now. I just want to take it easy.
In the You don't have to do it right now. Obviously, don't do it right now. In the video store chat, list out what you're needing help with. If it's help, finding the resources for this, figuring out who to go to or where to get it, listing out things to see if any of us can help you with it. And um, you, if you wanted to, you could just AI emotes and stuff.
I mean, that's stuff I'm already doing. It's just more so I just haven't like had the time to like really do it because like I could just make a bunch of sloppy looking ones and just call it a day. But I'd rather have stuff that actually looks decent and like you can actually look at it and actually tell what the hell you're looking at. Because a lot of times, AI stuff adds in too much detail, and then when it gets shrinked down, you can't really tell what the hell you're looking at because it's so fucking pixelated.
I think you just need help AIing the things then. We'll have to talk to some people about that later. See if we can find some people to help you. Yeah, Emote Lab and AI. Yeah, that's Emote Lab's like $10.
Yeah, I looked at Emote Lab. I just kind of like other things came up and I just never looked back at it, unfortunately.
Hi Kettle, we're doing Impul's interview.
Welcome.
Okay. Yeah, just type out in the chat what you need help with, and if you're comfortable using some AI things for some of your resources, maybe some of us can help you find or help you prompt good ones that actually get you ones that look good.
I mean, this Fuji you're currently looking at, that's AI in itself.
Yeah. Alright, so let's see. What does a typical prep to post stream workflow look like for you? Rituals and habits you developed since starting streaming?
Well, mostly, the prep time is pretty much non-existent. I come home, I get out of my work clothes, I get on my computer, I, start stream, and then I give people a few minutes before they come on, but since I still have a pretty small audience of mostly just 3 people, at best, it's usually either someone pops in, usually just Brock or Happenstance or Stellar Flurry who pop in, and it's sometimes just nobody. So people show up if they want to, people don't if they don't.
Yeah, and bear in mind, you're still you're still in the beginning stages. You have a lot. Don't let it get you down. I get that too.
Yeah, I'm still in the kiddie pool.
Yeah. And we're all here to help each other and to, if I want the benefit of the group to be helping each other be better. I don't want it to just be, oh, your group members watched you and your group members watch this one and your group members watch that one, because then you're stuck in a bubble and you don't get out of it. I want it to be we all help each other improve in our streaming one way or another. That way we can all, just have people from outside of our bubble come to us and join us.
When it comes to Twitch, I feel like I'm kind of stuck. However, when it comes to X, I feel like my reach has been pretty big, I would say.
That's the thing, is a lot of the X doesn't translate to other websites.
Yeah. And I thought like maybe streaming to X might invite people to either my YouTube or my Twitch. Sometimes it does. Most of the time it doesn't. But it is what it is.
Well, tell us. We gotta help each other, with the like advertising and be like, hey, go check them out,
Right now, my main way of advertising is through my Discord. However, I've been told that a lot of the times they don't even get the notification. Like, oh, I didn't even know you were streaming, despite the notification being right there.
A lot of people mute at everyone's and stuff like that too, or Discords in general.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the particular people who say this are also my regulars. So Brock, Happenstance, Stellar Flurry, even though they're ones that mostly make up my audience. Even they aren't getting the notifications, which I believe they all told me they haven't blocked anything. It's just not sending to them for some reason.
Maybe you can ask Yumi or Absinthe about some Discord setup. They're the mods in mine, so maybe they can like give you or help
Yeah.
you figure out what needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I broke a few things in mine too.
Yeah, the only person
Um,
who's helping me out with that
yeah.
at the moment is Mags, but that hasn't been for a couple of months. So there's definitely some things I could do. There's probably stuff he told me to do and I just haven't done just because, like, oh, I'll do this later. I go to sleep and out of mind.
Okay. Alright. What's been the hardest part of YouTubing for you? Technically, creativity, mentality, mentally, how did you push through it or how are you dealing with it now?
There's a
Could-
few things, but but the one thing I would say probably isn't is like, oh, I'm too depressed to stream. Oh, like something happened at work, therefore, like I'm incapable of streaming. There will be times where like I come home, I'm too tired, I don't want to stream, or I just want to do something else other than stream. But usually I don't come up with excuses with or I try to like use like my emotional mental state or whatever the hell to not stream. There are like a lot of technical stuff I can say that makes things harder. Just as like OBS suddenly updates, now everything is broken. Now I need to figure out how to fix everything again, or everything works except for YouTube, where it needs me to set up the broadcast every time. And only recently I figured out how to fix that, and I was just going to YouTube and actually getting the stream key and manually putting that into OBS, and now all of a sudden it works. Because for some reason it doesn't work on its own for whatever the hell reason. Or it's just like I turn my model on and all of a sudden his eyes are closed, which saying that right now my model's eyes are closed for some reason. What the fuck?
Do you have your room lit well to keep track of your eyes? Do you have on glasses or a hat or anything?
No, the thing is, I have a toggle that closes his eyes, so like he has like a happy, gleeful expression.
Oh,
And for
you
some
might just need
reason,
to s-
like if I push one, it like doing something else. It'll toggle that on
yeah,
VTube
you need to
Studio.
change it to you need to change that toggle to like F12 or something.
Yeah. So there's
Yeah, I do that with Opal's models. I
that's
had to
the thing
change
is I'm not.
things.
There's probably a way to do it. I just haven't done it just because that's the settings my model artist
It
put in,
sounds
and I
it
just
sounds
haven't
like
changed
we
it.
need to it sounds like we need to at some point put you in a Discord stream where you show us or some of the people who understand these things show us what your OBS setup looks like, show us what your stream model and stuff setup looks like, and we can help you sort out some things. I don't know anything about 2D live 2D streaming or PNG stuff though.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I would say all the stuff I have isn't that bad. I'd just say it probably could be better if what other people would probably tell me.
Yeah, and sorry that I'm like moving around so much. My back is holding some I keep trying to pop it or trying to sit in a way that makes it hold less. So
Whenever,
I'm not trying to look unprofessional or rude. I'm just
yeah, whenever my back's
it's
like that, I guess like usually when I do it at work, and we have like I work at a warehouse, so we have these like tall, like metal industrial shelves. I'll just grab like the side of the shelf, then I'll just twist myself from one side to the other and pop my back that way. That
yeah,
usually
I
does
can't
it for
do that.
me. You might need to do it with like a
I
cabinet or a kitchen counter or something.
I moved my head earlier and popped my neck, and after doing that, my back's hurt. So I think it's fun. It'll sort itself out. I'll probably just need to take a Tylenol or two. It'll be fun. Okay. Let's see.
I don't know if you
Did
heard
you
any
answer
of that.
Did you answer the how do you push through the tough spots portion of the question? Me and you both just keep talking.
I'm not really sure if I really had any tough spots other than when the Wi-Fi decides, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna become a major inconvenience for you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, time to turn the Wi-Fi off and on again. Time to unplug the little antennas that give me the internet. And so where if need be, go down to the basement and reset the router. And
Yeah,
hopefully
you mentioned that at the
works.
start that your thing might go out. You were worried about your power going out.
Yeah, but that's a completely different issue. That's just because for
Yeah.
some reason the breaker keeps popping. Just because me and my niece whose room is across the hall from mine, our power is like limited to
Okay.
a certain breaker, and I guess
So like too much is being used and siphoned at once that it can't
it-
handle.
I got my
Yeah.
computer, I got my TV, I got my mini fridge, I got my AC window unit. My niece has her TV, she has her AC window
Oh
unit.
yeah. The
And
mini
that's
fridge and the AC units for
and
sure.
that's just siphoning a bunch of electricity and it's just pop.
Oh
But
jeez.
but it's only us.
That
Never the rest of the
um
house. They don't use that much
that can
electricity.
let me fact check this. Hey Jay, babe,
Hello,
if a
husband.
bedroom has a window AC unit, a TV, a computer, a mini fridge, and another room has a TV and a window unit, and what else was it?
My computer.
No, the other room. Is it just the TV and the AC unit?
There might be other stuff too. I don't really know what else she's got in there.
Well, he's saying that the circuit breaker pops off because the two bedrooms have so many electrical things. I was going to say, but I don't want to give bad information. Could that be an electrical fire hazard? Because
that's why breakers exist, is to shut off.
but they just keep turning it back on. Every time it gets shut off, they just keep cutting it back on. He's saying it could be it's cutting off to stop you from having an electrical fire. So if you keep
Yeah.
doing it, you might not want to keep doing that, because electrical fires, you only know about it if you're lucky enough to smell it, and by then you already have a lot happening.
Well, again, that's
You might want to consider taking the mini fridge out. I would think that's taking a lot. Do you just have like a power cord in an outlet and all this stuff on the power? Like, what do you? I'm asking Jay because he was studying electrical stuff before.
I got a power extender for my current setup where I have my TV, my computer, all of that stuff plugged in, and then I got my AC unit and my mini fridge plugged into another power outlet closer to my bed.
Okay, so he's got everything plugged into different power extenders.
And there is I
So,
think one.
Wait. Okay, what do you have to the first power extension?
Well, the first one, the
Like
one
a
that's right near my desk,
power pack.
my TV,
Your TV,
all of my computer stuff.
all your computer stuff. So that's 2 monitors, your CPU, your speakers, your keyboard, your mouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in another one, I have my AC unit and my mini fridge.
Another power strip has your AC unit and
The mini fridge.
Your mini fridge?
Yeah. And then I have another wall outlet that.
About the whole circuit.
Yeah. Then I have another.
Your other wall outlet has your TV?
Okay, so in my room total, there are 3 wall outlets. The one at my computer has the TV and all my computer stuff. The second wall outlet
Okay.
has my AC unit and my mini fridge. And then the third wall outlet just has nothing just because it's in an inconvenient spot that I can't reach. And my
Okay.
bed mostly
So he
covers that up.
basically has 3 wall outlets. He doesn't use one of them because it's too far away. Yeah.
I mean, I
He's-
imagine
he's
it's
just
all
got a lot
connected the
of- a
same.
lot of
I don't
things.
know the floor plan for my room. As for my niece's room, I believe.
Hold on, Impel.
It's about what the entire circuit that the single breaker supplies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that breaker and the lines attached to it are set up to support a certain number of amperage.
Okay.
And if you're trying to pull too much, then that's what's setting it off. So if you can figure out a different breaker that's not getting pulled too much, then you could hook to that one.
Okay. Can you heal him?
Yeah, I heard that. But I
Impel?
think the main issue is
Okay, yeah.
this ain't my house. Everything
It's
is up
not
to my
his house.
dad. So I'm not just gonna go
well-
to the walls and start modifying shit and
Yeah,
mostly get him
I would
kicking my
say
ass.
tell the owner of the house that y'all need to figure out which sockets are going where before y'all have a house fire from the
Yeah.
electrical stuff.
Yeah, my older brother knows about this. My dad knows about this. It's just more of
Well,
do they want to actually do something about it? And
Rather than
Yeah.
have it burned down, probably.
yeah, but
Yeah,
everything's
well-
costs money.
it costs money to mess with your own socket breaker.
I mean,
That don't cost money.
won't that require you to, like, I don't know, go and like modify shit in the walls or something, or
No, it just means taking some of the fuses and placing them in a different spot in the socket breaker. Doesn't it? Does it not? How do you do what you're talking about? He's thinking it's going to cost hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
Oh, it will.
yeah.
Oh,
Mozil.
I thought you said
So
about something else.
when your power goes out, that goes out for both your room and your niece's, right?
yeah, just our rooms, nowhere else in the house.
Okay, so your rooms are on the same circuit, and that's why it overloads. If both of you were on individuals, it probably wouldn't overload it as easily.
Yeah, but the thing is, I believe all the spots on the circuit breaker are like covered. Some of the stuff is like other rooms in the house. One of them's for like the garage. One of them's for like
Mm-hmm.
the backyard lights. One of them's for like the above ground pool.
Mm-hmm.
That's stuff that ultimately my dad or my older brother would have to handle. Because not only do I not know how to do it, but good chance if I did try to fuck with that, I'm gonna end up breaking it because I'm gonna tendency of just breaking shit.
Well, yes, because the main issue is you'd probably have to open up a wall, insert new wiring, get a new fucking breaker added to the system, and all that shit.
And ultimately, this ain't my house. That's not my responsibility.
Yeah.
Not only would you need to get a bigger, so to speak, bigger breaker, but you'd also potentially need to go into the wall and remove all the wires and upgrade that as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah, it's quick, easy.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just gonna be a lot of work. Oh, sorry.
I had to tone y'all down so I could hear Jay. Jay's essentially saying that the whole house would need to be rewired to have an upgraded socket breaker to manage the power
we
distribution. better.
already had a bunch of series of home modifications. We had to replace pipes in the basements a few years back because it flooded like 3 to 4 inches a few years ago, and that ruined a whole bunch of shit. We had to change tiles on the house, I believe twice. We had to I'm trying to remember. I think we had to change the
We're so
water
off track.
I think the water boiler, I think. We had to like change a whole bunch of other stuff in the house. So the house was built, I think, in the 80s. So a lot of the stuff that it came with, we still have, even though it probably should have been changed out a while ago. But it's just more so of what can we really do, especially with prices skyrocketing every year. And it's just more of do what we can, make and do workarounds until things eventually get better, if that ever happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Opal
Uh,
said, I would see about taking out the fridge temporarily and see what you
yeah,
remove
that
from the
fridge is
room
pulling a
can
lot.
I mean, that's
what you can
that's
remove
kinda
from
what
the
I asked.
room to make it so you and your niece's room no longer breaks, and then you can move those things somewhere else to make it workable.
I mean, that's kind of what I've been forced to kind of do, and like that's not really that much of an issue. But even sometimes without the mini fridge, I still got the issue, and then it's like I can't tell my teenager niece to stop watching her stupid shit on her TV, or else
Yeah, just like she can't tell you to stop DTubing. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I can't, like,
So,
we both full blast the ACs because it's freaking 80 degrees and humid as hell outside. Ooh.
yeah, it's the ACs in the mini fridge for sure. Most definitely the ACs. I don't know what to tell you for the window unit ACs is maybe I don't want your whole interview to be about electrical stuff. I would just say maybe see how old those window units are and see if you could replace those to ones that work well.
I mean, I know the ones we both have are fairly recent, within like the past 5 years. So it's not that they're like old pieces of dinosaur technology.
Maybe don't run them in the morning when it's cooler. Don't run them. Just run them during midday or whatever. It's like peak temperatures, maybe.
Well, right now I have mine off, but even then I'm boiling in my room right now.
Well, you also have a whole computer and 2 monitors running, which is adding heat to your room.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on my ceiling fan. Ooh.
Yeah.
Even if that doesn't do that much, because I'm a big, fat, hairy man.
Oh, well, we are on ad break, by the way. So you got a 3-minute ad break. I don't know. I would just, you know, I would say just sit down and consider what appliances in the bedrooms are unnecessary and better ways to manage them to avoid electrical fire, because those things are really, they sneak up on you, and they're really, a lot of people die from house fires caused by electrical issues.
Yeah,
that's mostly what
especially
gets
so
home,
if it is a house from like the 80s.
Yeah, because those wires, who knows how many generations of rodents have gone through and chewed through the covering and exposed them. You may not have rodents now, but maybe at some point in the past.
We have mice issues. We have to put traps mostly in the basements.
Yeah, that's a risk, and I get it. I mean,
the worst part of that, Mozil, is even beyond the safety hazard. Let's say you have an inspector come in due to a reason. A house can be condemned for certain safety things like that. So that's even a risk of residency at play.
Well, again,
yeah, because your house catching on fire puts nearby houses at risk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, that's stuff I have no say in doing.
We understand. But letting you be aware of this so that maybe you could bring it to your brother maybe you can bring it to your brother's attention, and then he can bring it to your dad's attention or something like that, whatever you're comfortable with.
Realistically, they probably know the stuff before I even know about it. So
maybe they don't. Assume they don't. If no action's being taken, assume it's not being aware.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Well, I've told them about the circuit breaker. My brother knows about the circuit breaker because my niece's room used to be the nursery room for my youngest niece before she got old enough to no longer need a nursery. So they've had the power shut down on themselves multiple times. Right now, the workaround is just don't use so much electricity, and I pretty much just had to settle doing that. It was just slowly cooking in my room, but yeah, I can't. It's just a matter of when they want to actually take care of it.
Well, maybe
y'all
as
can
another
pool
note,
funds together to help take care of things in bits and pieces.
there
And
are
that's what
also
my
a
rent's
bunch of
for.
other methods that can help out with cooling down a room. So maybe look into alternative methods than the AC, and that can help save a lot of power as well, potentially.
Keeping your windows covered with a significant covering to reduce the sun coming in and heating up your room.
I mean,
Mhm.
around
Keeping
my
your gym
my
door open to
AC
help filter airflow.
around my AC unit, I got tape, so that just blocks out any additional
Thank-
holes.
I think tape is an imperfect barrier, to be fair.
Yeah, but it keeps from like
Well-
bugs or birds from getting into the room.
Yeah.
And Paul's just over here getting through life while dogging it with duct tape. It's okay, buddy. We've all been there.
Yeah,
We get it.
not very
Mhm.
lavish
Alright.
accommodations. I know it's
Alright,
kind of crazy.
The ad break is over. I'm gonna move on to your next question so that you don't have to
Talk
give
about
away
me
too much
sweating
personal.
to death.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
okay. It's okay, honey. How has your community shaped the way you create content or perform as your character?
Well, my community is currently just 3 people, so they just watch and they just comment when they want to comment. So I can't really say there's been any pushing force or any community-driven stuff that kind of changed my trajectory, as I don't necessarily have much of a community. I do have people in my Discord server, but they don't really talk that much unless they want to talk for some reason. It's mostly just the 3 people I mentioned, or funnily enough, one of my ex-girlfriends, or some other people from other communities I've been in, and they just joined. I think mostly out of pity.
Nah, not out of pity. We like you. We like you.
I mean, you like me, they
Alright.
might not.
Fuck 'em. Alright. What's your most memorable stream or moment so far? Wholesome, chaotic, completely unexpected, or otherwise?
I think you already know this one. I'm sure you can even tell what that one was.
You tell it.
Yeah, it was the collab we did on Red Dead 2, where we
Oh,
first
yeah.
started together, and we had a bunch of hinky dinks with a bunch of hackers and griefers being teleported to the tops of mountains, having chests placed all around us, and then Opal and her addiction to killing the wild bisons of the Great Plains.
Yeah.
And then us just trying to make money. I haven't played Red Dead in a while, but I have made a lot of money, and then went out of my way to spend that money almost immediately.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's fine. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. If you could collab with any VTuber or streamer, past, present, or future, big or small, who would it be?
Well,
Why, and what would you stream?
well, I kind of mentioned this the other day, or more so a few weeks ago, but there was some potential talks of a stream between me and Kitsura Nines. We were going to, we haven't officially planned anything yet, but more so it's just right now she brought the question up to her audience, and I think they might be interested of doing another design review. The first one she did was with that one person who tried to steal her identity, who she no longer associates with. So I suggested doing that again, but instead either with me or somebody else that was presented in the first video to be the new co-host, and it seemed like she was interested in doing that with me. So I would like to do that at some point, mostly just down to if she actually wants to do it, and if she does, when. Because I know she's a much bigger person than I am, and it's more of a matter of if she can fit that into her schedule. Because it's definitely not an issue with me, just as long as it's not done while I'm still at work.
Okay. Well, I hope it works out for you. I hope it gets around to it. That sounds fun and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself and your character 1 or 2 years down the road? Big goals, projects, dreams, aspirations.
That's a good question because I'm honestly not that sure. I could be a bigger VTuber by then, or things can go for the worse and I might just disappear one day and nobody knows what the hell happened to me, either because of stuff with VTubing or me losing interest, or more personal matters I won't necessarily get into. But hopefully I would like to see this become a bigger thing, and hopefully it will become to something where I don't really want to say I'm going into this for the money, but having money come from this does allow me to do more stuff with the streams that help me support people I believe deserve to be supported. And I would like to be a helping figure in this general community. It's just more of a matter of the people that have my back and what I can offer to other people. But right now I can't do much, but hopefully in the future I can do much more.
Yeah. So anything you want to say in closing, or anything that you feel like you didn't get a question to trigger to talk about that you still want to bring up and talk about?
I can't really think of anything at the moment, and also granted, I'm terrible at coming up with stuff to talk about. I personally like answering questions and coming up with questions.
Okay. Since they're still here, is there any questions you want to ask these two?
Hola.
Weeb and Maggie?
Yeah, that's the way.
Do y'all have anything else to say or to add or to ask each other?
Can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
Mose, I understand the perspective you're coming from with it, but I would say maybe try to shift it from a perspective of what you can provide and what people can provide for you, to rather finding some passion within the VTubing scene or streaming in general and looking at it from that perspective instead. Because while, yes, we can all provide things for each other, when it's viewed purely through that lens, it often turns out poorly for folks, unfortunately.
I don't want to necessarily like
being taken advantage of and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily put it like that, because I'm not like, I view things artificially. I only see numbers, but at the same time, it's like in order to see people not only do better on their own, but also like see people like get protection from, say, smear campaigns, or people trying to attack one another, or people trying to dox one another. It's good to have a sort of like well-built, grounded community where everyone is like has each other's backs and whatnot, rather than like everyone trying to snipe at one another and all the infighting and whatnot. I don't necessarily like that.
Oh yeah, that's
And so it's
Uh,
not just about money, not just about numbers, but it's also just making sure that things are like better overall. And I would like to be someone who can help improve things, not just for myself, but for other people. Not purely just in the sake of numbers or monetization.
I like
I
how I'm
guess
not
it's-
leaning forward at all, but my model is.
I guess it's just because of the way you lead some of your points is you often draw acknowledgement towards either the fact that you currently have a smaller audience or otherwise. It sort of comes across in a way of you doubt your capabilities, I suppose.
Yeah, he sounds a little.
And
I think he's trying to be realistic of his situation and where he's at right now, but sometimes it comes across as a little self-deprecating. But I see great. I don't want to say I see great potential, but I do. He's got a lot of it there. I feel like if like 30
The-
people rated him and actually caught him when he's like in a high energy, if people caught Imp doing a high energy moment in a game that he's really enjoying and like 30 people got Russian, I feel like most of them, if not all of them, would be like, oh hell yeah, we're gonna follow this guy. It's
But
just he
that-
streams when he's tired after work. So he
that
starts
I
yeah.
think was my point of what I was trying to say earlier was when you are instead seeking out this to be a good pastime, something that you can relieve stress doing, something that you have fun doing instead of viewing it almost like a secondary job and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
where
view it
the
as a job.
fulfillment comes from. And when you look at the numbers and everything, even if you don't focus on it like exclusively, sometimes it is just so much better to just not pay attention to it at all and act like you have an active audience and just bluff it to yourself. Because if you're acting like you have an active audience, you are actively just going about it how you would if you did. You will naturally attract more eyes because you are not coming across as either timid or, as Opal said it, a bit self-deprecating. You're coming across with a bit of confidence. You're coming across that you are enjoying what you're doing. That is an attractive quality in a streamer. And so it feels odd to say it, but you kind of just need to throw yourself into it fully. Not to say do it full time or anything like that, but just in the sense of just roll with it and have fun with it as much as you can, and don't acknowledge the points that discourage you, because when you acknowledge them, it almost kind of like sets you back, because now you're doubting yourself, and that doubt leads you to suffer in the amount of effort and the amount of capability you put forward. Like you were saying earlier, you sometimes have moments where you feel too depressed to stream or you're just too tired. Some days when I am completely wiped, I don't want to stream either, but there are others where I'm in such a shitty mood that booting up stream, just pressing stream and jumping on, I'm in a better mood because I do it, and it helps me get out of that funk. And it's because I chose to just go for it instead of second guess that actually got me there, if that makes sense.
I think there might be a little bit of a mix-up, because I said, like, it's sometimes I try not to let how I feel get in the way of me streaming. The only thing that really does get in the way of that is like if I'm literally too tired or just not necessarily in the mood that day to stream. Like I could still have like a shitty day at work, like I get written up or something, and like I'll still stream just because I still stream. But as for stuff like self-deprecation, I mostly just do that just because, like, if you can make fun of yourself, then anything that anybody else says about you won't affect you either. And when it comes to, like, being in a high mood or, like, high energy, I'm not exactly sure if I can do that for numerous reasons. One of them is just because I live in a house full of other people. I just can't be screaming at the top of my lungs and like jumping around and like like
Well, I'm not
ta-
saying be
like,
Fillion and do
ripping my
backflips
shirt
off
off
stream.
and doing speed shit.
That's a
But-
good one.
But not
Um,
not only can't I really do that just because of the household I'm in, and not only just because of the time that it is when I normally stream. It's
Mhm.
also just because that's not really the person I am. I just don't have that type of energy in general where I'm just going absolute gorilla mode or whatever you want to call it. But
I hear you. And
Uh,
you don't have to be absolute gorilla mode. I mean, here's a good example. Look at where Moist Critical came from in his origin. His content was always very low energy and almost kind of sardonic toned, and he gained a massive following for his personality, and that's where he is now. Anyone can do it based on personality. You just need to have qualities about you that attract eyes, attract ears, etc. What I was, I think, meaning to say was growing comfortability with yourself is a task. It takes time, and because you are on the newer side, you're still in that phase of sort of adapting. That's completely fine, and it's gonna take time.
yeah,
But
I don't really have an
one
issue
of
with it.
my recommendations, I guess, is self-deprecating humor is fine, and doing it occasionally it's good for laughs and all that stuff. When you hammer it in constantly, it will manifest negativity regardless of if you view it as a joke or not. And that's one of the things I learned when I was a bit younger, because I used to have a very similar sense of humor, very self-depreciative, self-depreciate myself in order to boost those around me, that sort of idea. And it worked for many years, but at a point I realized that it made me unhappy. I still make them sometimes. It's funny, or it's even duly needed in order to put myself in my place. But you also need to boost yourself up,
Yeah, I don't-
because if all you ever do is say negative things about yourself, either it comes across that that's how you view yourself genuinely, or you will eventually reach that point because you repeat it so much, if that makes sense.
I don't think I really do it that often, or at the very least, not that often on stream. I usually don't do it directly on stream. It's mostly just, like in the chats that we have, or whenever we're on like a private like video call or something. It's just more so just something comes to mind, and I just like make that joke.
Okay.
I don't think I really come off as like someone who's kind of negative, at least on my streams. I think the only other thing I can really think of countering is hold on, it's like trying to like focus on growth or something. It's like I'm not necessarily gonna say I want to be someone who has 1,000 people watching me at a time or anything.
Mhm.
But the only reason I'm kind of focused on numbers right now is just because, like, even just having maybe 10 people who watch me a day, I think that would be something I would be happy with. Right now, it's if I'm lucky, I get 3 people. Oftentimes, I get no people watching me, and I just do the whole stream where I'm just by myself. And I think the other thing is, like, I'm not necessarily sure if I can just talk to myself with nobody else saying anything and act like I'm streaming to 1,000 people, because I just don't think I can put myself in that space where I can do that. Like, I can't really make witty commentary. I don't think I can really make clever jokes just to myself. I gotta
Well-
need some people to kind of bounce off of. But I think
Maybe in that case, it would be good for you to find a couple folks in this community or otherwise that you can stream consistently with, either as co-op streams or simply being able to tag in and talk with.
that's
And
kind of
that
where
would give you more capability to bounce off folks.
yeah, that's kind of my main strategy at the moment. Just trying to get collabs whenever I can. Not even as like big major things, but just more of like, hey, I'm playing Civ. Do you want to play Civ with me? Just having one
Mhm.
person who's in call with me, when we're both talking that way, there's a reason for people to watch, and not just like, oh, this dude's just sitting by himself playing some game.
Mhm.
Who gives a shit about that?
I don't know if this will click with you when I like elaborate on it, but this is something that I kind of realized and it helped me a bit was when you spend a lot of energy and a lot of thought and a lot of just desire, I guess, actively thinking about, desiring, trying to make it happen, a lot of things in life, that will be the point in time in which you struggle to accomplish it or find it the most. When you slow down and you just go about it at a normal pace without trying to push it, without trying to force it, it will naturally come much easier. And that is what helped me kind of settle in with how I am on my stream, I suppose, is very early on, I was very similar. I would always be glancing at the amount of people in stream. I would always be trying to bounce off of chat instead of talking myself aloud. What I realized is what you should be doing is playing a game you enjoy, something that you have knowledge about and that you can speak on to sort of profess your knowledge of it in a educational sense to educate viewers. Whether someone is there hearing it or not, if someone jumps in and they hear you speaking about something, they hear your confidence, they hear your capability and knowledge in what you're talking about, and they're also a fan of that game, that alone could be a hook for them with your content or with your personality. So you may have some doubts that you can talk about certain things on end, but try and build the muscle memory for it, I suppose. Don't immediately jump into I'm going to talk for 3 hours straight for every minute of the stream. Build it up over time.
At
Go
the
from
very
talking
least-
for 30 minutes for a 3 hour stream. Go from talking an hour for a 3 hour stream and up it and up it and up it. And by the time you have that audience from that natural feeling you exude and that confidence, you will be able to bounce off them more naturally because you've not only built that reflex of talking to yourself, but you now have the chatters and you're thankful for their presence. So you actively interact with them more, if that makes sense.
Well, at the very least, I'm doing the first half of what you said. I guess playing stuff I enjoy playing. It's just more so I'm not doing much of the talking just because generally I'm just not that much of a talkative person. I'm more of an introvert. And even then just kind of like I don't want to sound like I'm over explaining or I'm like just saying shit just to say shit. Like I'd rather try to have things be a bit more. I don't want to say genuine because that's not the word I'm going for. More like things to be kind of natural rather than just feel like I'm trying to force some sort of perception. And when new people come across, like, oh, this guy is like this all the time. I'd rather kind of like show people like I'm kind of a chill, laid back dude, and that's kind of what I want people to kind of expect when they come to watch my content. Not someone who's like super scheduled or super like talkative or something. Like I want people to kind of know who I am rather than try to portray myself as somebody I'm not.
Then all I can say is have faith that that will come across to the people that find your stream and they will be receptive to it and it will happen.
Yeah,
Don't
we
push
will
for
see.
it. Just be patient, have faith in yourself, and it'll work out.
Yeah.
And if I may say this as well, I understand the feeling, Emperor, because whenever I was starting and stuff, I hardly get like anyone showing up and stuff, and I will admit there were a few times where I was wondering if it was even worth it, if I should just quit right now. However, the one thing that kept me going was the fact that I didn't see it not as like a VTubing career business, but I seen it more as like a fun hobby that I wanted to do. And a lot of times it became like that because I have fun becoming a VTuber. I have fun playing games. And yeah, I do talk by myself a lot of times, but I always pretend like there's someone there listening to me because there may be times that there is.
Well,
And
There may be times when someone comes through the VOD later, and if you don't have if you know, a lot of people don't pay attention to the chat and the VOD or stuff like that. So you could just sit there and talk, and if they don't check the chat, then for all they know, you are talking to someone.
well, realistically,
Exactly.
that's just how I kind of view all of this. I see this as a hobby. I'm not gonna give myself the false expectations of, oh, I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna get $1 million.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna get 1,200,000 models with like different pairs of shoes for each of them. Even
I
though
want
you're never gonna see
12,000
my feet.
models.
But
Well, I think that with your personality and with your passion for your character and its background and its lore and all that, all this that you put into it, I think that if you just gave it like 5% more of your energy, I think you'd pop off.
yeah.
I really do. I think
can-
that you have it there.
I'll also add, I am not having any feelings of wanting to give up or hopelessness or anything. It's a struggle, but it's a struggle that I came into and expected to happen. It's not like I'm in shock or anything. I know what I'm expecting when it comes to all of this. It's just more a matter of when that moment of where things begin to actually take off will happen, and I will be as patient as it is willing to take.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thought I heard a
Amen.
Discord ping, but I can't find it. It might be here in one of y'all. I
I'm
don't know.
getting a lot of
It,
Discord.
it might be
things.
me. I'm kind of talking with another VTuber stuff because they're trying to start up a D&D thing that I'm helping them out with.
Oh,
That
cool.
sounds fun.
hmm Although, truth be
luck.
told, I'm not a D&D player myself.
Wasn't there someone else in the story group talking about D&D?
I mean, I have a
Oh,
homebrew,
yeah,
but
Feeble.
it's a science fiction one.
Wait. In the story? No. Wait, who? Which
Yeah,
one?
sorry.
I'm pretty sure Rabbit
Total?
has one.
I thought Feeble
Well-
was talking about the same person, but I might have misread it.
I know.
I know there was someone in chat that said feeble total. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I read that. Okay, cool. Okie dokie. Yeah, I think Rabbit Tactic was talking about it too. Mention it in the story group. I think there was a few people. I've done online D&D with my friend once, but the person we were doing it with, the team kind of fell apart, and it just kind of ended up being me and a friend and the DM. And we finished the campaign, and we never got back around to it. And he DMs online pretty often, but he only has enough time in his schedule for that one group that he mainly focuses with. So he can't help, I don't think. I can mention it, but I don't think he can help.
I've been doing homebrews for years to varying success, and it usually results in it just ending abruptly when real life takes over.
V-Store's D&D campaign would be really fun to do on Sundays, though.
Ooh, that would be fun. I've never
Sunday
done a D&D
afternoons.
myself, so that would be fun.
And then
Maybe
we'll
we
find
can
some way to
maybe
make
we
it.
could work on it in the future. We'll have to see.
And we'll find some way to make it disastrous, like where Opal enslaves the
God.
entire chat or something.
Oh god, I do play as the chaotic player. I will, I'm just the one who will like throw a candle on the ground and set the whole house at one on fire just for shits and giggles. So
She's gonna let all the
Oh.
monkeys out of the zoo.
Oh, but what have
We'll
you
be in a
done? You
dungeon.
burned it to the ground.
oh no, orphanage.
There was a family in there.
Not anymore. No, orphans don't have families.
Crazy word.
Well, there was a family
were
there. No, there wasn't.
there was a family.
They had a
there.
child named Timmy.
No.
Timmy
An
deserved
orphanage does not have families in it at all.
Found family, Opal. Found family.
Not
Yeah.
only
Lost
the women, but the children
Lost
too.
family. Lost bloodlines.
That's getting dark.
Yeah. That's how D&D would be. It'd be like my Red Dead. Oh my gosh. Anything else? We're not interviewing Opal today. No.
So Opal, tell us about your family life.
Tell us about your
Well-
reasoning for this chaotic character in D&D.
My family life is significantly better than the people on X who don't really know me claim. That's all I'm going to say.
Mood.
The people who don't have a family say a lot of shit about me. But anyways,
So you're not abusive or an alcoholic or a drug abuser or a serial murderer.
mm,
That silence is concerning.
really is.
no, I just don't want to say anything because I know those people watching.
But Opal, I thought they said that they don't stalk your VODs.
Unless they start paying, they can't look at the VODs. But I mean, if you want to pay money to do all that shit, but they can openly watch while I'm live. You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm not trying to talk about drama.
You right.
Yeah.
Oh.
What if we cause some
Oh,
drama right now?
you know what?
Like, weave,
Oh my
I don't
God.
like your shoes.
This is some good tea.
I don't even have
Opal.
legs right now. I don't even
This
have
is some good
legs
tea,
right
Opal.
now.
Yeah, all of you are wearing
Mhm.
fake J's at the moment.
Opal, once
up?
teams are further established and stuff is a bit more, I guess, active is the right way to put it, where like events are happening and it's just kind of popping. What
Mhm.
is one like dream scenario that you would want to see the multiple teams and the server as a whole kind of doing together as a community?
Playing Chained Together and beating it.
Oh God.
The ultimate group bonding exercise or group destroying.
It's gonna be a long chain.
The monopoly of video games.
I should be scared, shouldn't I?
Okay.
Let's give it 3 to 6 months. Start throwing all of y'all in Chained Together. Y'all had a fight, play Chained Together. You either get along or you die. This is like the get along t-shirt that people do for their kids. No, I would like to see people leave V-stores. I know that sounds like the opposite of the point, but if V-stores can be a stepping ground for people to take off and move up, that would be great. I would like this to be a good, positive, non-toxic stepping stone for people to come in here, build up, get help, find resources, you know, some things to start off with, and use that as like a little jumping pad to move up to the next stage for them.
A spot where people can kind of cultivate their brand essentially.
Yeah, cultivate your brand, make friends, network. I don't want to see anyone using each other. I would like to see people be like,
So I can indoctrinate
like how you go
people?
to school. You go to first grade to move into second grade. You want being a toxic little child to go through first grade just to get to second grade. You have to go through first grade
Just
to move
don't
up to
use the
second
G
grade.
word.
Huh?
Just don't use the G word.
Opal made VTuber preschool.
I mean, respectfully, and I do not mean this in a
Respectfully.
derogatory. I do not mean this in a derogatory way. Emperor Moselle came in here and wasn't even streaming yet, and it was still just the collab hub at the time, and he mentioned some things. I'm like, hey, hold up, let me tag everyone in this server and ask them this question for you.
Yeah,
And
keep
then
him
we
on
ended up
blast.
making a whole computer stats section, and they helped him find out what parts to replace on his PC to help him lift off, at the base level of streaming for him, so that he could get a feel around and learn for things, and then see what he wants to upgrade and move into from there. So I mean, in a way, VTuber preschool isn't a bad thing. You have to start somewhere. You can either start off alone, or if you're lucky or have the luxury of having friends who already know stuff without having to be in a big group for it, that's great. Not everyone has that. So this is like hey, you don't have an amalgamation of people to ask yet. We are an amalgamation of people to ask. So go from there.
The
Why
only
not?
difference is we don't need to ask the teacher to use the potty.
Oh man.
Need to get the hall pass.
I am happy I found you.
I'm happy you
Likewise.
found. I was lost in the woods.
I was happy that I was able to join the Feastars.
I hope that it doesn't go south, because I mean, a lot of people are rooting for it to go bad. A lot of people, expect every group to go bad. There's even people who are like, "Oh, it's ran by a woman, so it's gonna fuck up." And
Oh my god.
I'm
That's
I'm
messed
not
up.
I'm not sitting here thinking, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be a woman that shows you wrong." Like, well, I mean, there's men involved too,
Like
and
you said
it,
earlier, Opal,
There
fuck
are
those people.
women.
no, it's a group effort. I don't want this to be a single owned thing. This is a group effort. Yeah,
Woman bad. Girl.
nah.
But yeah,
No, I don't want this isn't some petty, I'm gonna show you I'm a woman, or I'm gonna make it work kind of thing. This is more like well,
You're fighting it by trying to have a positive change despite all the negativity. It's
I
not
mean,
out of spite, it's out of wanting better.
I'm here. The team leaders are here. It's not all on me, it's on me and the team leaders. But there's also all of the group members. You all have a voice in it. And, at some point, all these voices are going to say something different, and there's going to have to be a time where we have to address differences or level. But right now, it's good. It's starting off. We'll address things as they come up, and we'll try to do our best to handle it in a way that is best for the goal, which is helping people get somewhere better. So yeah.
pretty much supporting one another.
Bless
Yeah.
up.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say bless up?
Yes, I did.
Whatever that means.
Oh,
Bless it
God.
up.
Oh gosh. Gosh. I'm trying to think. It's like 11:12. If anything Opal related drama or whatever I choose to do of my own accord ever feels like it's affecting y'all, just let me know. Because I don't want any of my actions to affect y'all, dramatic or non-dramatic. Like, some people might be mad that I AI stuff, and some of you don't. Some people might be mad that I say I'm a Christian streamer, but I don't stream ministry, I guess would be the word.
Honestly,
That'd be
those
like
shouldn't be
asking.
issues.
That'd be like asking a literature teacher to teach geometry. They don't. I mean, I don't know geometry. I'm not going to teach geometry. I haven't studied the Bible and historical things and other languages, so I'm not going to sit here and try to teach you the Bible or translate things from different languages of the Bible. I'm not going to sit here and do that. I'm a Christian streamer, and I don't sit here and try to teach people because one, I could say it wrong and screw someone up. That would be bad. And two, just not my place to do it.
All you can do is
I'm
talk
not
from your own
called to do that.
perspective.
Some people are called to minister and some people aren't. Some people are not called to minister, but they try to anyways, and then they end up leading people the wrong way.
I
So
know
I'm
who
not
you're
going to do
talking
that.
about.
Huh?
I know who you're talking about.
I'm genuinely not talking. That's not even me trying to be vague or talk about anyone at all. That's literally just like some people aren't supposed to minister, but they try to. And I think I get what you're putting down, but that's not what I meant at all.
I'm just very familiar with someone who does that. And
Well,
they are hated.
no,
for very
I
good
caught on,
reasons.
but that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Shade already being thrown? V-Stars in peril?
No, I
Dun,
wasn't.
dun.
On the heads of the roads
some-
already.
I'm just gonna. I don't think, and I know this is probably like really controversy, and I don't want to get into that, but I don't think, just in general, from what I've seen and what I've, just real life stuff, I think men are better ministers than women, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And that's not directed at anyone. That's not just a blanket statement. I think it's a man's thing more than a woman's. A woman can be spiritual support and all that. A woman can be involved, but I think the forefront of it is the man's thing.
Oh, well, are you
But-
saying that a man can't be spiritual support?
If your dog just died, would you rather go cry about it to your dad or to your mom?
Damn.
Probably neither, to be fair.
Well,
I'd probably
you get the
just
gist.
mourn it on my own.
You get the gist of what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into this. I'm not going to
But
sit here and
we
try to
gotta
explain
get
this
the
right now.
tea. We gotta get the tea.
There is no tea. Oh,
But you have a
goodness.
Dragon's Tea sponsorship. How is there no tea?
I need to re-up my sponsorship ads and post them. I have not done that in like 4 months. I have a Blacklight sponsorship. I have a Dragon Tea affiliate. Blacklight, Dragon's Tea, Crandall, Hoggles. I need to check my emails. I don't know. There's a
I've only
chance
got
that out of the
messaged by
few I
Hoggles.
applied to, they might have responded to me and I never checked my emails. Because I have a lot of emails and I don't
Just been
check
avoiding
them.
it. If I don't look at it, it doesn't
all of
exist.
them in no. I cleared my history and my cache and stuff on my computer the other day and it logged me out of everything. So I was sitting here
Oh.
like trying to log into everything. So I pulled out a notepad and I have like 9 emails and like 10 different passwords and I'm just like, oh my god, what is everything? So yeah. I need to go through all my emails and check for stuff because I forget things. I really do. I'm behind by like 4 months. So yeah, that's great. I'm
how it
a
be
great
sometimes.
VTuber. Yeah. Oh, if you haven't already, make emails for your VTubing. Don't use like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
gotta
yeah, I've already
switch
got an
over from
official
my
one.
main stuff to my
Same here.
VTuber at some point.
yeah. If your name's like Sarah McGillen at hotmail.com, that shouldn't be your VTuber email. I'm telling you.
No.
No. It should be,
I am,
whatever the hell that is.
I am Doug Douglas McDougal at
McDougal.
hotmail.org.
At hotmail.org. And then he just has a whole bunch of spam emails of I don't like Hotmail. Hotmail just sounds like you're gonna get like porn emails.
Yeah, I'm getting them all from Grinder.
Oh my god. Plenty of fish.
Yeah,
I know someone who like exclusively dates people off Plenty of Fish or off of the gel site where you pen pal people.
yeah, I'm getting all the
Someone I've
ghetto women with
so
17 baby daddies.
someone that I've known since 7 exclusively has dated prison inmates and has had and I love her to death, but
Why is my
and it's
family
just like,
life not stable? I wonder why. Why does he keep going back to prison?
no. I'll tell you later. I love her to death. No, the last time I saw her, she oh my god, I'll tell you off stream. But I love her to death, but if sometimes, you know, you know how you'll have that one friend who has the worst the worst the worst dating, and you're just like, maybe they'll find a good one. I hope they find a good one. And then they tell you, I found a good one. And then you meet the good one, and it's just like,
Yeah. I feel like that's a universal experience unless you're that person.
like
I don't-
I've had bad dating experiences, trust me, but like I've never dated someone who's been in jail for cocaine selling and stabbing people and beating up a guy on the side of the road and, you know, a metal plate in their head because they got stabbed in the skull too many. Like, I've never dated like that. And I'm just like,
I don't know, Opal. They seem a charming individual.
Floss said, have you considered the possibility that you are the problem favorite?
The person who was my best friend in high school is currently in jail for trying to steal expensive boxes of Legos so he could fuel his drug addiction. Yeah, he got arrested in one county, and then he got after that was done, he went over to another county's jail, and now we are waiting for him to get out of that and see what he does
also,
next
before
to get
anyone
arrested again.
before anyone says that I'm shit talking my friend on the stream, I've said all of this to her face. She knows it. I've said it directly in front of the guy too.
Yeah, you're probably
He
right.
knows it. So it's not like oh my god, you're an asshole. You say these awful things to them. It's just like
I'm not shit talking, I'm venting.
no. She was on the couch. She had just had a surgery on one of her organs, and they're like, she's got to quit. She's got to quit with this diet, the way that she eats, and she's got to quit smoking and stuff like that, or she's going to die. Like her organs are going to shut down. Like it is at that stage, and you know, I looked at him and was like, if you let her keep smoking and she dies because of you, I'm coming after you. And he's like, okay. And I went to leave, and her kid followed me and was like crying because she's like, my mom's going to die. And I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? So
I mean, that's
yeah,
currently
it's
the
just
conditions for my friend and his maybe still girlfriend, maybe ex. My friend is like addicted to like 50 different substances. So, from stuff from like nasal inhalers and to stuff like fentanyl and ketamine. And
yeah.
and his girlfriend is an alcoholic. Both of them well, my friend had like a year to live, but somehow he managed to get past that, despite not changing his behavior. As for his girlfriend, she has been given 10 years, but instead of trying to get better, it's going back to gas stations and stealing Four Locos because
My
she
friend,
doesn't know what else to do, I guess.
it's just her confidence is destroyed. I think she's pretty. I think she's a gorgeous girl. You know, if she just like got up and took care of herself, she's a gorgeous girl. Okay, she honestly, she got bullied. We didn't have classes together in high school because they place you by your last names, and our last names were too separated. So she got bullied so much in high school and middle school and all that she whole confidence was just destroyed. So she became one of those people who would date anyone that was nice enough to her, and then it's just it snowballed. And she has dated a few good guys, but then she wasn't taking care of herself or doing, and they would get like, okay, well, you're not doing anything, I'm doing everything, and then they would leave. So then she'd go back to the shitty guys, and it's just like, man, I've always told them, like, I just want to see you with a great guy, with a man that treats you right and that'll, marry you and just be awesome with you, because she is such a fucking sweet person. She's so damn nice. And it's just she just lays down and stays a doormat just so she's not single. And it sucks. I hate seeing it. I really do. She's like the nicest person. And it just sucks seeing, yeah. Oh my god, I killed the chat. Come back.
Good job.
It says that, yeah, you just care for her deeply and stuff, and you shown to be a really, really good friend. That's
I
kind of
know
like
I was 7. Yeah.
One
That's
of
the
the
thing.
shittiest things to come to terms with when you are a friend or a family member, partner, loved one, whatever. Sometimes you have to say stuff that will hurt someone because it's the right thing to say.
Yeah.
And
She's the friend who, like, I would text her like at 1 in the morning. Hey, are you up? She'd be like, yeah. I'm like, come over, and she'd be like, okay, bring chips. And she'd come over. She'd like, my house is like right here, and her house is like, oh god, the alarm tracker. Like, her house is here. God damn it, the alarm tracker. Her house is here, and my house is like over here. Okay, across the street. So she would get up at 1 a.m. because she couldn't sleep, and she wouldn't tell anyone in her house. She'd just grab a bag of chips, walk down her long ass driveway, and come to my house because I had a back door to my bedroom. So she'd just come in the back door to my bedroom, and we would just hang out. And my dad would get up to go to work, and he would hear us, and he'd be like, "Is she over here?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Does her parents know?" I'm like, "No, they were asleep." And he's like, "All right, I'll call her dad and let her know." I'd be like, "Okay, cool." So then she would just hang out. We just, I had a computer in my bedroom, and she didn't. So she'd just come over and use my computer and hang out. She'd like get on dating apps and stuff and like look at guys because that's what she liked to do. And yeah, that was pretty much what we'd be doing at like 1 to 3 a.m. in the morning.
life was fucking simple when we were younger, eh?
Yeah, she would come over just to be bored at my house, so she wasn't bored in her house sometimes. So yeah, and we would just go, 2 in the morning because we had like a small pool. We had like a 5-foot in-ground heated pool that my dad made, and she'd just come over and we'd go get in the pool at 3 in the morning. And sometimes my mom, she'd be like, "Well, what if y'all drowned?" I'm like, "Well, I guess you'd be waking up to a dead kid in the pool. I don't know what to tell you." I'm like, oops. But yeah, yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
But yeah, this was like back in with me and my best friend McKenya, which I see her like a sister, and she told some of her friends that she sees me like a brother. Me and her back in college, we hang out all the time. There will be a lot of times where I'll visit her place and she'll visit mine just for us to watch The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And now I'm just kind of waiting for the day where I could go to her baby shower and give her a gift for her housewarming as well.
Oh. Yeah, I remember trying to get my friend into Yu-Gi-Oh because I thought a tail was hot, and I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Don't you think he's hot?" She's like, "No," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm the weirdo," because I was like a little weeby, a little weeby middle school, and we would play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I would give her the deck with like the shitty cards because I was a bit of an ass. So she'd be like, "Why do I always lose at this game?" And I'm like, "One, we're not playing it right. Two, I'm giving you the shit coin." But she would still play it with me. She knew what I was doing. Oh my god, it was just maybe I wasn't. I wasn't a very. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I wasn't a nice friend. No, I'd give her the winning cards sometimes too. Trying to think what else we would do. Oh, I remember we were drawing one day because we were both in, you know, sh oh my God, I had like I think this was like maybe in 6th grade. My mom got me like this big giant poster page of the Princess and the Pauper from the Barbie movie, and we were coloring it with like these markers, and she was the one who's like, color it in the same direction and it looks better. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I started doing that, and we were like coloring this thing for like a whole day of these markers. And then she's like, man, I'm so fucking bored of this. And she just started scribbling over it, and I was like, you're the one that told me to color it the same direction, and now you're fucking it up. What are you doing? Goodness. She would come over, my mom would make, hold on, I have a message. My mom would do a whole bunch of home cooked meals because my mom was the kind of person you could give like 5 ingredients to, and she'd make a whole buffet out of it. And um, so they would come over and eat at our house because I mean her dad and my dad were best friends, and they'd come over and eat at our house and get leftovers. And sometimes I would message her because um all living situations were different. Let's just say it like that. We lived on the same street, but metaphorically and literally, we lived on different sides of the street. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean that that's a fact of it. So some days, I wouldn't have heard from her or seen her much because she made other friends. She moved on for a while. But I'd message her and be like, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but my mom made a whole bunch of food. Do you want to come over and get some? So she'd come over and get some, stuff like that. And she'd come over. She's the one who, I think, was I talking to you, Info? I was talking to someone the other day about how I went out in the woods on the four-wheeler, and I was riding the four-wheeler and I flipped it over on myself. And I was trying to get my cell phone to come get someone to come help me because I couldn't get it off of me because my leg was pinned. And she just showed up at the fucking woods because I hadn't even called or messaged anyone yet. But she's just like, hey, I come over to hang out with you, and your mom told me you were out here. And I was like, yeah, hey, can you get this off me?
The Opal sense.
So she just like, yeah. She just showed up out of nowhere.
Well, at least you didn't like die in the forest.
Yeah. That would have been bad.
So, yeah, she's my best friend. I still love her to death. I want her to have a good, happy life, I guess is what upsets me. Is I see her, and then I don't know. She's a very sweet lady.
I understand. Same thing with my best friend and stuff. I want to make sure that they do the best in their life too.
Honestly, regardless of if they're your best friend or not, we should all be hoping that everyone around us does as well as that.
Yeah, of
But
course.
we've all become, in a way, kind of more concerned with the things directly involved with us. I hope more people can just want good for everyone rather than the people they care about specifically. Not to throw shade, that's not the intent. It's just so many people are so close-minded, like close in terms of what's around them they care about first and foremost, which naturally, yeah, but it's almost less so that they disregard other things as a result of it. That's the problem. And that's what launches into all the fucking drama and the harassment and everything. It's why everything's so negative.
Yeah.
Everything is looking for a way to pick apart, harass, insult, damage the reputation. None of it is, I care about this, so I'm going to want to improve it. It's, I don't like it, so I want to tear it down. And it's just like, what is worth putting energy towards that? I guess, in my mind. It's so almost kind of like juvenile in a way.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that. In fact, I could give you a perfect example of the hated stuff. Because one of my recent videos that I upload on YouTube, I literally got this comic right here and I'm reading it word from word. React flop. You're adding nothing and living off of their content. So, you want to know what I put down? I just simply give thanks for the comment.
You know what? Hold on. So I'm thinking. Sorry, I'm hungry. I'm tired, and I'm thinking about it.
Eat
Do
food.
y'all want to interview Opal? Since I'm still here,
I
mean,
or
if
should we
you're up
save
to
that
it.
for later?
I
Should we save
will-
that for like a later thing? What do you want to do? Okay, interview me with whatever you want to. It can be the same questions. It can be different questions. I may not have an answer for everything right now, but yeah.
Well, I
Opal.
guess you go ahead.
What is your favorite food?
Give me a solid minute to think about that because I do have one.
60, 59, 58, 57.
Stop that. You. Opal's favorite food: fried bean tomatoes, fried pickles, fried okras, fried green beans. My dad's biscuits and tomato gravy that I only had once and can't have again because he died. Trying to think. Potato chips. I love potato chips. You can give me potato chips any day of the week and I will be happy. I know that's not like a food,
Mm.
but yeah. Potato chips.
What is the
Hey,
best
food is
food that your husband has cooked for you?
Ooh.
The best food Jacob has cooked for me.
Yes, specifically. that.
Canned corn.
The best food he has. Well, we mostly cook together when he wants to cook. He's made hamburger stuff. He's trying to think. My brain. I know he's cooked for me when I've been sick, and that was really sweet. I want to say that that's my favorite is when he cooks for me when I'm sick. But no, he actually has a Italian pasta recipe. Not pasta, the sauce recipe, and it does mushrooms in it, and I don't like mushrooms, but it's all good. I would say that's one of his best things. Is whenever he's really passionate and excited to make that all the time. Oh no, you know what? Screw that. I just lied out my ass. The fish cakes, because I don't eat fish, and this motherfucker can make me eat fish. The fish cakes, the salmon fish cakes, where you have to boil milk. It smells. You have to boil salmon in milk, and it smells so fucking nasty, but it tastes so good when it's done. The fish cakes are the best things he's made for me.
Okay.
Does the milk
Um,
like render it in a different way or something?
Do you want to? I don't know how to explain the boiled fish milk. I just know it is
It's called
god
poaching.
poaching. It smells
Ah.
awful. If you've okay, so I know how to explain the smell, but it may not make sense to you. So whenever we had cows growing up, or a female cow, she didn't produce milk very good after she had the calf. Like there was something wrong, and so we had to do supplement milk for the calf, and that involved heating up milk, and it smells a lot like that.
So
Heating
warm
up
raw
the-
milk.
the- yeah, like supplement calf milk. It smelled like that, but with a fishy smell. And I have no clue how to make that make sense to y'all. Okay, next question.
Let's see. I don't know if you already explained this, but you chose the bunny girl attire and stuff. What's the reasoning for it?
Okay. So, I like bunnies. I like space. I'm a girl. And I like braids. And I wish my hair was long enough to do these braids. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I like opals, so I decided to incorporate. Originally, she didn't have, the forehead thing, and stuff like that, but it just kind of oval iterations of me messing with the design. It became this, and then somewhere along the line, I was making it, and I stopped and I said, you know what? It looks like a Steven Universe character and a Land of the Lustrous character, and then I found out about Pecador, and I was like, Pekka has white and blue hair too. And I was like, I do simply just like the color scheme of white, blue, black, and gray. My favorite metal is silver. And I just kind of accumulated all the stuff that I like into the character design, and then it came out being, you could say Steven Universe, Land of the Illustrious, and Pecador had an amalgamation. So it just kind of ended up that way. Yeah.
I will admit, I kind of thought you also took some inspiration from the Moon Rabbit, which is like a Chinese character.
I knew Usagi meant rabbit from Sailor Moon, and I know that the Chinese and the Japanese things of the rabbit on the moon making mochi and stuff like that. I've heard about that before too. But there was also a constellation, the Lepus constellation, which is a rabbit as
Oh,
well.
yes.
So it kind of came from that. My guild in Fantasy Store Online, New Genesis, was called Space Bunnies, which was my character's name was Star Bunny, and my husband's name was Space Hamster. So I put those names together and made Space Bunnies. So kind of involved there too.
That could be
Yeah.
an anime.
Who knows? What else?
Do you have a particular game in particular that really stands out to you as like a 10 out of 10 or like a favorite of all time?
People are going to disagree with me. There was a whole fan base that would disagree with me. Tales of Legendia was one of my favorite games.
Can you repeat
And
the title?
Tales of Legendia was one of my favorite games. Sholly was my favorite character, and Haseo. Of course, the two main characters were my favorites. And Dawn of Mana with Kelsey and Ritzia and Faye. So if you ever see a screenshot of me walking on like my model and stuff, at the top it'll say Faye Chan. That's what that's from, is Dawn of Mana, the little blue fairy named Faye. And yeah, I really just like those two games. I used to come home and play Kingdom Hearts when I was little, and I had like the PlayStation 2 and stuff like that, but Dawn of Mana and Tales of Legendia were my favorites.
Out of all of us here, who do you think smells the worst?
Well, the fact that you told me you're sitting sweating in your bedroom right now, I think you would smell the worst.
I mean, hey, one of us probably could have like shit ourselves in like the time that happened, perhaps.
An interview to me. You're supposed to be interviewing me.
Well, I'm asking you your opinion on who do you think smells bad.
Okay.
Well, you're the one who came up with the idea of someone shitting himself.
All right, next. Krusty. Next.
Who do you think you could be in the arm wrestling contest with the three of us?
Hello, thank you. Hi, Alec. Hi, Alec. out of the three of you, who could I beat in an arm wrestling contest? All of you, if I kick hard enough.
Oh,
Cheater,
wait,
cheater,
that's
pumpkin.
not right.
Boys, pack
My
a car-
husband laughed.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute.
My sister, when we were at my wedding, my sister reminded me of a story. She's like, I remember you were like 18 or 19, and she's like in her 20s. She's like, I was living at home again, and I brought a boyfriend over, and you just went up to him and just kicked him in the shin. I'm like, yeah, and you didn't stay dating him long either, because he was a bad boyfriend. She's like, why did you kick him? I'm like, I didn't like him.
Dang.
Yeah, I wasn't a violent. I've never really been a violent person, but I've also like never been a, if I didn't like someone, it was, and not in like a ew, I don't like you kind of way, but more in like a you're around someone that I value and I treasure, and I can already snuff out that you're like a piece of shit. I wasn't afraid to address that. Like, it's not the most, correct thing to do, but I've gone up to, like a cousin's boyfriend or something like that, and like, I don't like you, and I hope she breaks up with you soon. So, yeah.
I
Okay,
find it
what
funny
else?
that you said that you're not a violent person, yet you say you'll kick off with an arm wrestling contest.
What I say and what I do are different. Would I actually do that? My fun Lynn would actually probably say yes. So I don't hope people. It's like getting punched by a mouse. Okay. Is a mouse gonna beat you up? No, I'm not strong.
It
It's like
depends how
play.
big the
Oh,
mouse
Mickey's
is.
play
done some
fighting.
crazy stuff.
Yep.
Hey,
It
we
depends
could,
on the
No, it's like
situation.
play fighting.
you could be dealing with like some Australian mouse.
Could be a New York mouse.
New York.
Pikachu. I just pull out a taser with Pikachu. Buzz,
Got
buzz.
Master Splinter over here.
Oh my god, nah. No, God, I feel like this is gonna get taken out of context and be like, oh my god, look at her, she's so violent. And it's just like, no, I've never
We-
never hurt
Opal,
anyone to the point
If
of
they think
like,
you're violent,
I don't
they
think
might
I've
stop
even ever
messing with you.
bruised anyone. I think the most damage I've done is kicking in my sleep. But I'm asleep and I'm not aware of it. And that's mostly to myself. Wake up with bruises. And it's just like I kicked the shit out of myself.
Ooh, I just thought of a
Alright.
good question.
What's up?
I don't know if you done a second debut with like a costume change. Is there any ideas of the next one?
I have gone from opal with a ponytail to opal with braids. I have gone from an opal that was mostly booth based as outfit and accessory items to everything that she's wearing right now is, a Void thing that I customized or something that I made myself in Blender. So those been 3 different outfit changes. Oh, and those when I was doing simply just Void with no Unity or Blender edits, I could change her outfit more freely. So I did like a Halloween thing over the first few months. But yeah, there's a few more things I want to do to her model and update it. And I'm basically using 3 different AIs to tell me how to use Blender. And I'm gonna be honest, they be telling me some fucked up shit that ain't working half the time. So then I end up I go from Google to Grok to ChatGPT to YouTube to scouring Reddit or finding some vague obscure Discord server to find one piece of information and then leaving. So if I ever get her model how I want it to look, or if I ever eventually just end up teaching myself through this manner how to make a whole model myself, there will be another Opal reveal. Yeah.
Well, see, that just makes me think of that one picture that you shared on Feastar that makes you look like you was a skinwalker.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, "What is that thing?"
Opal looking for snacks.
Oh god.
This one is a retreading of the questions you asked us, but I am curious about it, honestly. What
Mhm.
is one streamer that you would like really dream about doing a stream with at some point?
Queso. Queso is the one streamer that for multiple months now I can just tune into his lives or to his VODs, and no matter what kind of drama I have been thrown into, or what kind of stress my day is involved, or I just woke up in a shitty mood, or I woke up in, depressive thing, I could just tune into any of his VODs or his lives, no matter how old or how new, and I can just relax and forget about everything. It never fails to help me. Queso streams are magic. So I may not be the ideal personality type to chill out with him. I might cuss too much, I might say too much vulgar stuff, I might, you know, but I think he would just be an awesome dude to hang out with, even off stream, even if it was nothing to gain from it. I would just love to have like a 5-minute chill with
Are
him.
you
He seems really cool.
are you not afraid he might eat you?
No.
He might be
he's
like, oh, I never
sweet.
had rabbit before. Then like,
Oh my god, no. You be nice
Oh
to
my
Queso.
god. I haven't seen a lot of his content, but the few stuff I've seen, he is a hilarious dude. And I can just imagine him looking at you and be like, "Yo, Shat, I'm about to eat this rabbit."
Him and his chat have
He's
really
a
good
sweetie.
banter.
Yeah, and they're a really good community for what I've seen. All really cool.
I will admit, the one thing I've seen about his chat is how they come up with these jokes about him, and it's just like, wow, how did they come up with this on the spot?
All right, next question.
You got one, Mozil? I think we both asked two, and you haven't gotten one out in a bit.
I need to think. If you could have any animal as a pet, and not like a standard animal, but like some exotic animal, what would it be?
Chupacabra.
Give me a minute. I mean, I have had. Well, it wasn't necessarily a pet. I have rehabilitated somewhat, or took care of, I would say, a squirrel for 7 months until I found a rehab or that I trusted to take it in. So I have cared for a squirrel for 7 months. Trying to think like something that I'd actually want to take care of. I really don't know because I can't just say, "Oh my god, that animal's cute." I think of the pros and the cons of it being in a house.
Understandable.
And anything in the rodent family is going to chew the hell out of your shit. Dog breeds come with all these health conditions. Zebras bite and are really aggressive.
Zebra?
Jacob said, well, cats use litter boxes. Yeah, zebras will bite the hell out of you. Zebras are really mean and aggressive.
I want to
Oh, no, I know that. I was just, like, you said zebra as a pet?
I would not. No, no, no. I would not want a zebra as a pet. That's what. So I'm trying to think. An exotic animal. If I could have any exotic animal. It probably would end up being some kind of rodent, like some kind of like desert mouse or something.
A chinchilla?
No, not a chinchilla. Gosh. Oh no, there's that one wild animal that's a cat and it looks like a kitten, but it's like really aggressive. And it's like really small. It's like its adult size is kitten. And they're really fucking aggressive.
Aren't they also
Oh, I
known to be
think I
like
know what you're
actually
talking
really
about.
good like predators?
It's not a lynx though. A lynx is bigger. Uh,
I know it's some sort of like
I think I would want to. I think I would want a fluffy little fruit bat.
I want to know.
They're just flying puppies.
Give me an elephant.
I want a fluffy little fruit bat. They're just flying puppies.
Now,
That's what I want.
I am gonna say this from my past experience. My family, we used to have like a bunch of animals, and one of the animals that I used to have was like a green iguana named Louie, and a 9.5-foot red-tailed boa named Rosie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a
Jeez.
good snake.
I can't do snakes.
She was a sweet thing. I mean,
I
sure,
can't do
she
anything
hissed
that
at my
tries to
mom and my
size you up to
sister.
eat you.
Ah, it was fine. Though I will admit there was one time she escaped, and I was like, "Oh shit."
All right, next question. I'll give you 2 more.
What's 9
This
plus
way
A,
you-
10?
a desprayed
Don't ask
skunk
me math.
would have been my answer.
21.
I had one of those as a kid. All right, what's the question?
Oh, me?
No, someone ask a question. Don't ask me math. I'll ban you.
21.
Mods, ban him. All right. Does anyone have another question?
I can't really think of anything.
Brain cells dying.
It
I'm
is
not
late.
good at asking questions to begin with.
Oh no, that's fine.
Hmm.
Are y'all ready to end then?
Up to you guys.
Pretty much up to Opal.
Yeah.
I mean, it is almost midnight. It's lasted practically 5 hours.
It is midnight for me.
Hey.
I think
Yeah, it's
over 4 hours.
a few minutes drive.
It's about to be
Yeah.
1 a.m.
Jeez. Well, I've enjoyed this. This is fun. This has been
Mhm.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the opportunity, as always, Opal.
Absolutely. I hope y'all continue to do things with your groups, with your teams, and with each other's teams. Sounds weird out of context. You know what I meant though.
Hopefully you guys did not get scared of me.
Any
You're
any
good.
closing statements that y'all want to leave for the future VOD watchers? I am going to download this VOD later, probably tomorrow, and I'll send it to all of you that participated in this. If y'all want to,
I've also
clip
been
the, if yeah.
I've also been streaming this to YouTube on my end, so if you want to see my end, even though it's mostly just me being quiet. But
Well, yeah.
What I'll say is,
I'll
y'all
put this
pretty
VOD
much.
up in the stores chat for y'all to download if y'all want to clip it. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say, y'all support Opal and stuff, and support the feed stars as well.
Yeah, support all these lovely people. I'll do my best to get the X tags and stuff set up between tonight and tomorrow. That way I properly have them set up where they can be discovered. The ones who want streaming, I'll make sure there's a way for y'all to have this VOD so that you can use it for any clipping that you might want to do or editing. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
seems good.
appreciate you all for your time, as always.
Same here.
Y'all have a
Likewise.
good night.
You too.
You as well, Opal.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Deuces, folks.
Bye.
See y'all.
And that will call it for me as well. Thank you, Brock, and anybody else who watches this. I might do something tomorrow. We will see.